All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Supermarket Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
I'm on mute. Good morning, Carlos. Yes, I am doing wonderful. Thank you. On this Thursday, the second Thursday of the year, I guess, our first trading Thursday of 2026. It all still feels new to me, and I'm hoping for a good year. I'm still enjoying 2026, so I guess that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Despite all the weirdness in the news and crazy stuff that's happening, the markets haven't been bad. It's been providing some trading opportunities, so I can't complain on that front. Yeah, I think so far so good.
Awesome, man. Good to hear that. And hopefully you guys over in chat and on YouTube, on X, are doing good as well. All right, friends, a quick look at our gappers list this morning. We have some more stuff in the green today, a little bit in the red, but again, things are feeling a little bit bullish. Same usual suspects: SanDisk, Rocket Lab, PLTR. I mean, same stuff on here. ASTS continues to make this list. I think it's like the third day in a row that it's on here. So yeah, looking forward to going through this and see what we can find today, and then some stuff not doing so hot this morning. So before we jump into that, Peter, let's get to our U.S. economic calendar.
Yes, absolutely. A whole bunch of data that came out just a few moments ago that I should get updated here. Hold on, I'm just trying to call up all the sheets, get things updated, including, we'll start with the jobless claims, which came out the initial jobless claims was slightly lower than expected at 208,000 versus 213,000, although the continuing jobless claims was slightly higher than expected at just over 1.9 million. So, I mean, that's pretty close. The other things that we're expecting this morning I was looking for was the U.S. trade balance. This was oh my goodness, what's happening here? Which was an interesting one. This website that I normally go to for the data is coming up with this. You know when you get the fake sheets that says Norton virus, you must download immediately, and you know it's a scam because it takes over your browser.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
This website is doing that right now. So I think they have a virus, but anyways, I'm not falling for it, damn it. But anyways, let's get back to the data. The U.S. Trade balance, very interesting here that it's significantly lower than the forecast at $29.4 billion versus a $58 billion estimated number. So that's like half pretty much of the number, which points maybe to a data error, but if that's accurate, that is very interesting. And the market actually, I don't know how the market would react to that, because that shows the net difference between imports and exports, right? And this is something that the administration said they were going to change. And, is this a sign of more manufacturing activity in the U.S.? That was the promise. I haven't heard that. Or does it just mean that there's less goods being imported, right? Which has just changed that balance. I don't know, but this is seen as a good number anyways. Again, assuming that it's accurate, which sometimes it gets revised. On other data, we had the non-farm productivity that came in right in target. And then later on this morning, we've got wholesale trade inventories. We've got consumer credit that comes out later this afternoon at 3 o'clock. We got the Atlanta Fed GDP now that comes out at noon. So we actually yesterday, for the first time in months, Carlos, actually saw some economic data that moved the markets. So I'm encouraged that maybe we're getting back to a point where the markets actually care about economic activity, because having them disconnected for too long is problematic in the long run. So we'll see what happens. But this morning, let's see, is the market reacting to this? What's happening right now? Let me flip to the chart. Yeah, we got a little bit of a drop when these numbers came out, so but nothing significant. So So I guess we better go back to, like you said, the usual suspects. And I can't believe you called SanDisk a usual suspect, but I guess it is now. How, now it's there every day. Anyways.
Yeah, well, I didn't give it the usual suspect title, but I did say it's on here for some time.
Okay.
But yeah, not usual
Yeah.
suspect because hasn't won that title yet. It's so hard to trade that stock, that ticker. So, but man, it is in play. I gotta tell you, it's been moving, and even today we're seeing here pre-market up 1.8, 375,000. Just look at the daily. Just kind of tells you where it's been, right? So we had it on our list yesterday. Didn't find an opportunity for me to trade. We'll look at it today and again and see if anything can come off of it. All right, back to this list, Peter, and yeah, let's dive in. Let's see what's going on here. ASPC, first one this morning, up 31%, leading the gap up list today. Hard to borrow. Float is 1.7 million. I mean, the daily's just nasty, man. This is all over the place. I personally don't like it. I don't think I'm going to be watching it even today. So making a lot of noise here, but for the most part, not something that trades my style here, Peter. I'm sure you will agree, given the way you trade also.
Yeah, this is an acquisition corp. It's a shell company, basically, out of Hong Kong. No specific news that's driving this, so I have no idea what's going on. Don't really care.
Yep, absolutely. All right, let's continue here, friends. Next one is MLTX. MLTX, what is this all about? MLTX up 30%, almost. Moon and Lake. It's the name of the ticker here. 4.9 million shares traded. So we got some action this morning. Went from 11 all the way to 1740, back down to 15. I mean, it is wild. And it's not a low flow. It's sitting at 63 million shares flow. So on the higher end, with some really big movement and big volume, I might have this on our popcorn list today. I mean, the numbers look great. It's not a low flow. We just got to see how this thing is going to trade later after the market open.
Yeah, Moon Lake Immunotherapeutics. They put all the words in there. Basically, they said that they've had a good meeting with the FDA, which has approved their drugs, which oh my God, hidradenitis suppurativa. There you go. Anyways, it's been apparently approved with no additional clinical trials needed, which means it's ready for release. So that's good news for them. Whenever you have a drug that's actually hitting the market, this is not just a trial. This is actually ready for use. I don't, no idea what this drug actually does, but I'm sure if I read the article, it would tell me. So blah blah blah, clinical trials company, submission, I still don't know. Anyways, whatever it does, doesn't matter. Stock is moving. Carlos, tough to tell. This is a possible, trading opportunity here. 5 million shares is good. The price action is great. The distance here, the 26% move up to $14 is great. I like where it sits on the daily. I mean, look, this has got a little bit of a weird daily chart that it clearly had some bad news, a quarter ago, and had this massive drop, and then we sort of languished in this area. If we can break through the top of this range, which we have been through this morning, you can see the high was 1742. But where sort of the key trading range would have been about 1530, 1540. If we can get over that, this thing could run all the way up to where that gap is, which is all the way up at like $50. Again, on that daily chart, Carlos, we can see sort of what the potential is. Again, whether this thing can move or not like that, we can only sort of wait and see. Are you out there? Did I lose
Yeah.
Carlos?
No,
Oh,
no, I'm here.
the,
I'm here.
the daily chart, if we can.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm looking at getting a little lagginess this morning on our stream. So let me know if you guys see something funky on your end.
Oh, yeah.
But just got like a
Anyways,
stream
if you
of lag
zoom
there.
out, if you can zoom out on that one. It's funny. I'm used to my charts being voice controlled, where I just say things and then Carlos, you make it happen. So
No, no, no. Absolutely, absolutely.
Anyways, so yeah, so this one again, it looks better than your average biotech, which normally I say don't look at, just because this has the right combination of news, volume. It's got the as a trader, it's not a low float either, so you know it feels like it's well positioned for some decent moves today. We'll just have to see. The fact though that it hit the high earlier and is selling off a little bit right now, you know, is not ideal. Like you just want to see this thing go and keep going, but it doesn't look bad. I think I'm going to put it on. It's the first one for today. I'm going to put it on my secondary and just keep an eye on it to see what happens as we get closer to the open. We'll see if it starts to get better or worse in its price action.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think it's worth putting on deck this morning and seeing where it goes. And I'm gonna just type it right in here. Okay. Let's continue. Let's look at the next one on here. We are looking at RGC. RGC is the next one on deck. RGC, and this wow, nice daily. It is up 22% this morning. It is a lower flow stock, sitting at 18 million shares flow. You can see it on there. It is moving pretty well, up 22%, 483,000 shares traded. Hard to borrow given the low flow. Usually they're not easy to borrow inventory for sure. So Interactive Brokers does not have any. So when we say hard to borrow, basically it's no inventory for sure with Interactive Brokers. And here on our pre-market action, you got a little movement up higher. Not great significant volume, but there is enough to make it on our list this morning. So Peter, good day yesterday. We're going from 35 to about 50, so that's nice, and trying to continue that today.
Yeah, and there's no real news behind this, so I don't even know why it's moving. This doesn't feel like the type of thing that we want to trade anyways, whatever's going on. Just looking at the data here, this has got a massive float, but 88% of the float is held by insiders. So it's got almost a a 500 million share float, of which only 56 million are available for public trading. All the rest are insider owned. So basically, they're trying to get us to push the price so that they can make money. Us being the common schlub trader out here, them being the deep pocketed insiders. So don't give the 1% your money. Don't do it. Don't fall for it. That's my advice.
Yep. All right. Don't like it either. Next, KTOS. We've seen many times on our list. KTOS. I could type it correctly. Here it is. So KTOS this morning up 11%, 225,000 shares traded. You can see on the daily here, it has been very active over the last couple of days. I have not really had it on our list. I don't think it's made our watch list, right? But you can see here it is rocking, Peter. Anything you like on it this morning?
I like the name Kratos Defense and Security Solutions. Other than that, no, I assume that they're moving. They probably have some contracts in the background. You know, I like how they've named themselves after the mythical Greek god of war. That's very aggressive of them, but in any event, other than that, yeah, there's no news, so I don't know why. I assume it's a sympathy move because again, with the US taking a lot more military action, being active in Venezuela, perhaps Kratos benefits from that in some way I'm not aware of. So
Yep. All right. Don't love it, so we'll leave it alone for now. Next one on here is going to be BE, my friends, and Bloom Energy. We've seen a swell. Look at it go this morning. Wow, up 10%. Almost 600,000 shares traded here as it continues to climb. What a move, man! From 106.70 up to 119. It looks like it's going to hit 120 now. So this is definitely clearly on the move. Do we have any other energy tickers on here too, Peter? Besides this one, usually when they move, they all move together. But I can't quickly tell if there's any other energy tickers on here. But this one is moving. Any specific news to them, Peter, that's causing this move up?
yeah, I don't have. I'm looking to see. I've got this weird report here that says that they had an analyst upgrade, lifting the price target to $58. But when I look at the actual price of the stock, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. I'm not sure why it's moving.
All right. Uh,
American
I
Electric.
yeah.
Oh,
Anything?
uh, yeah. Apparently, they did get an order for some solid oxide fuel cells. So that could be. I don't know the size of that order, but blah blah blah. They could deliver their customers 700 million to 1 billion in conversion equipment to for data power generation for data center clients. Okay, anyway, so looks like they got a sale. That's probably why it's popping here. We've seen this on our list many times, Carlos. Never have I ever traded it or even been interested in trading it. Usually it's just choppy and ugly. So I don't think today's going to be much different.
Yeah, I don't like it. And continuing here on ONDS. Now this one is becoming somewhat of a usual suspect, man. It's on this list all the time. And it continues on its climb here on the daily. So we were talking about this around $9, 9.50. Now as high as 13.60 this morning. Good volume, 4 million shares traded. Intraday though, intraday is not pretty. The few times I put it on the list to look at it, the intraday action is very, very difficult to trade. But if you're swing trading, this thing is working out very nice for you. But as far as intraday trades, I haven't found an opportunity here. I'm not sure if you kept an eye on it later in parts of the day. I know you trade a little bit later in the afternoon, but I haven't seen anything great on it as far as intraday.
No, the intraday trading yesterday was horrible on this thing. It really just never gave any opportunity. So, but like you said, if you're buying and holding, if you got a swing trade or even a long-term investor in this, you're pretty happy because, and I think of Megan every day when I see this stock because she called it and said this was one that she was watching for 2026, and so far it's off with a bang because it was about $9 when she was looking at it, and now, of course, like we were just pointed out, it's sitting over 13. So that's a good 45% growth since I think she first mentioned it. So that's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's pretty good for those. Again, as far as intraday, I won't be adding it to my list. I don't like the way it moves, so we'll leave that one to the side for now. Let's do two more, and then we'll hop around a little bit here for anything that we can take a look at.
Megan's
OS, yeah.
no, just you got to check the chat. Megan's just posted a picture of the yacht she plans to buy with her successful ONDS trade.
Let
So
me see here.
yeah.
Let's look at the yacht Megan is going to buy. Looks kind of small. I don't know. I think she could get something bigger.
Well,
I don't.
it can't be
Yeah,
too
I don't
big
know.
because
Right?
we
Maybe
have
not
to
too
keep in
big.
mind where she lives. She does live
Where
in a
does she
freaking
live?
desert, so I'm not exactly
That's
sure what she's
true.
going to do with this
Where's she
yacht.
gonna park that thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a backyard yacht, I think.
She's
But
gonna put
was
it in
there
her
a TV
pool?
show where a guy lived on a boat? It was just dry docked and he just lived on a boat. Anyways, it
Yeah,
was
I've seen a few people attempt that. Um,
yeah.
yeah,
Anyways, so
she might be expanding her pool and putting it in the pool. I don't
there you
know.
go. Just drop it right in the pool. Can't
Drop
go
it right in
anywhere.
the
Just
pool.
float there in the
Yeah.
pool. Yeah.
And then it
Okay.
says use the
Why
pool
not?
that's in the pool in the yacht. Use the pool that's in the yacht while you hang out the pool. I don't know. Well, hey, when you have enough money, you do weird stuff like this, and Megan looks like it's heading in that direction. All right.
You know,
Uh,
maybe she's just gonna fix up the backyard, do a little landscaping, and take out the pool. She's just gonna get a yacht big enough to have a pool on the yacht, and then you just park the yacht in the backyard, and then you go
yeah.
swimming on the yacht.
I,
Anyways,
I can see that working. All right. Let's do one more, friends. It's going to be RCAT, which, again, I don't have a lot of high hopes for. We saw RCAT yesterday on the list, or sometime this week, and it didn't look great. It might have been earlier in the week, given how this daily looks. It doesn't day trade all that well. Today, they're up 8.4, 785,000 shares traded. Now, keep in mind that I'm basing this on just all the history we have of watching this ticker. I could be completely wrong, and today could be the best day ever. But yesterday, market open was horrible, and I think even the day before that was pretty bad as well. Yeah, look how brutal this is. So I'm not inclined to have it on my list today. I know they're making some noise this morning in the pre-market. It just doesn't fit the way I trade. And the last two trading, they show that how choppy this thing is. So gonna leave it alone here, Peter, unless you like it in any way, shape, or form.
I mean, it's another aerospace and defense type company. So again, they all seem to be making moves, or a lot of them are in the last couple of days. Again, this is U.S. administration that seems to be spending money rather than saving it, like they originally sort of said that was going to happen. So, but that benefits these companies, and they are their stocks are moving as a result. I don't think
All
Red
right.
Cat, from a trading perspective, I'm really skeptical as to whether it's going to give a good trading opportunity. This has been on and off our list over the last few years. It's another one of those stocks that just doesn't quite get the momentum or the volume needed to make it a good sort of momentum based stock. So
Yeah. Um, right. That kind of covers it, friends. As far as the gap up, Peter, we'll go to you, see if you like anything. I am going to add BE. I'm going to add BE. I mean, BE, I know it's not typically something we watch, but man, they are continuing here, hitting 121 now. I mean, this thing is on fire. So I like what I'm
okay, well,
seeing. You know, again, I never traded this stock before. Normally doesn't do well, but this pre-market action, we got to say, it is attractive. So I would love to see when the volume comes in. They don't get a lot of volume throughout the day, so my hopes are not high, but I think it's worth looking at them a little bit later. So I'm going to add it on here, given that the gap up list didn't give me anything else that I loved. Peter, anything you like off the gap up list this morning?
well, and I think Carlos, putting that on your list might be a good move because already in this early days of this trading year, we've already seen a couple of new tickers that are just moving well, right? I discounted SanDisk to my detriment. ONDS has been a good mover. We mentioned even yesterday APLD, which I noticed is on the gap up list, and they had earnings overnight. Now, this you can sort of see a little weird pop up and drop down. And now they're back up again. That all happened after the close yesterday because they had earnings. They what did they do on their earnings? It looks like they had increased AI data center demand, which and of course they've got some new customers for their AI hyperscaler products. So that looks like good news for APLD. So this might be in play today. It got a little bit of increased volume yesterday going into earnings, which may translate into increased volume today and maybe tradable activity. The pre-market doesn't look great, I have to admit. It's a little choppy here and sideways, but it's a potential. It's already got 1.9 million shares when it normally at this point in the day would have 500,000 at best. So it's a potential. Um, Other than that, I noticed that we've got some space tickers with ASTS, Space Mobile, on the list, and that's yeah, again the space stuff. RB, no, Rocket Labs. That's what I'm trying to say. RKLB. People were mentioning yesterday. It was making some interesting moves up and down, a little very choppy, but it was popping and dropping. I was reading an article just this morning, Carlos, about the top 20 launches that are expected this year, and top 20. Like, space is big business. There is so much happening outside of the atmosphere in this year. Led largely by the US, China, and Japan are the big three countries, although they're not alone. India, yeah, has some space launches as well. But it's fascinating to me. China is looking to land on the moon this year. NASA is launching a probe that's going on the other side of the moon. Japan is launching a spacecraft that is supposed to land on Phobos, which is the moon of Mars. Like we're like all over the I was going to say the galaxy, but that's a little expansive. The solar system, anyways. So it's
Yeah.
just I'm surprised at this is just the top 20 missions. That means that there's significantly more. That doesn't include all of the low orbit missions and of course all the deployment satellite deployment we've got going on, which has untold number of different companies that are launching satellites and things out there. So it's very I don't know. I find it very exciting. I don't know if on my lifetime I'm actually going to see people set foot again on another body in our solar system, but I hope it happens.
Yeah.
I've read and watched a lot of sci-fi. I'd like to see us, out there in space doing space things. So,
All right, we'll see how all that
uh,
plays out, my friends. But yes, a lot happening, and you're seeing all these space company and all this stuff. Obviously being very active.
yeah.
All right, friends, that covers our gap up. People are mentioning KTOS. Let's take a look at it one more time. We did look at it earlier. It is active. I just don't know how well this is going to trade for me, and part of it is because of the volume too. Volume is very very light on here. So for intraday trading, I'm not sure. Clearly in play, guys. Also, it's going to depend on your Shushu's asking over on X. It's going to depend on your strategy as well. So I think it is in play. Has been in play on the daily. You can see here we've been moving pretty well. Pre-market action is giving you some stuff. So it has to really depend on what type of strategy you're trading. I don't love it, so I'm going to keep it off. But it's up 9%. Volume is there. The float on this thing is 160 million or so. So not a low flow stock. Definitely worth looking at if you like what you see.
You
Let's
gotta,
dive.
I
Yeah,
don't know if you have my screen available, Carlos, but you got to invest in this guy, right? You could trade him if he's out there. Yeah, there's Kratos.
of course,
There's
of course.
anyways. Actually, I should look up the company. I don't know what do they use as a logo? Like, if you're gonna name your company
You got it.
Kratos Defense and
Yeah,
Security, like you got to use some
gotta
aggressive
use something aggressive.
imagery, I
Yeah,
think. Let's see here.
can be no
Let's see what we
sheeps.
got here.
What is the
Readiness
name
and
of it?
weapon.
Wait, I'm
They're
looking it up
probably
myself. Yeah.
weapon systems, missile systems, space. Look, they even have space solutions. It's
Mm.
how big is this Kratos company? Hold on a sec. Well, they've got 15 billion in revenue. Wow. But they only have one no, sorry, their market cap is 15 billion. They've got 1.2 billion in revenue. Interestingly, 20 million in sales. So they're basically a break-even company.
Mm.
But they're delivering over 1 billion worth of services, presumably to governments, because I don't know who else is buying all these systems, space systems that they've got, defense and government. Anyways, all right, whatever. Yeah, Kratos from a trade. It's possible, Carlos. I'm trying to keep an open mind over the last couple of days, just because I've been wrong too many times already this year. I mean, we're barely a week into this year, and already we've seen some unexpected stocks actually deliver pretty consistent opportunities. So
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Looking at our gap down, let's focus on what's happening on that end. IMRX down 28% after a big day yesterday. I mean, it shot up pretty nice. It closed pretty well. It closed at 840 or almost around that area, 833. And then right after, what happened? Right after the market closed, it literally just gave it all back. Like, it's just slammed down. That's very interesting. So market close. I don't know if any news came out or what, but look at this drop, and then we're hanging out here down 27% today. So pretty aggressive stuff. 25 million shares flow is what's happening here. Man, that is wild. That that is very interesting. All day you do good, and then just gets body slammed right at the bell. Peter, not sure what's driving this up and then down this morning, but low flow ticker. It says we do have shares for short on it. It might not be much, but what's your thoughts on it?
yeah, they after the close yesterday, they did hold a press conference to release data on their phase 2A pancreatic cancer drug. Um, the data showed a 64% survival rate for candidates in the um, candidates anyways that are using the drug is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. I guess when the data came out, the market wasn't as impressed as the company was hoping, and you can see the stock having dropped. I don't I don't know what to expect. I don't like trading these just because it's not a sector in which I'm all that familiar, and my experience has been day trading these can be very tough. It feels like the move's already in. It's probably just going to be choppy today, and it could chop up or down, but probably not much, especially not compared to that move we saw just after the close yesterday. So my guess would be it's likelihood that the fun's over.
Yeah, I agree with that. So doesn't fit my criteria either for what I'm looking for here. Here is CRMD also down pretty good here, 16% right now, 233,000 shares traded. Float on this one, 69 million, so a little bit higher. So obviously not doing so well. It is Core Medics, so it looks like some kind of pharmaceutical or medical company down this morning. Again, I don't love it, man.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of little companies that have earnings. They posted earnings earlier this morning with 127 million in revenue in Q4. Their earnings were decent. They announced their next quarter data that and it was about at expectations. So again, like most companies, if you don't beat expectations, your company drops a little bit. I don't again I don't like it. I don't like trading biotechs to begin with. This one is not a low float, but it's close to it, and its average trading volume is only 2.6 million. So it's just not active enough for me. Thank you. Thank you, but no thank you. I don't want any.
Yep.
So.
I'm with you. You know what? It's these are hard to trade. These medical companies are hard to trade. Like the next one over here too, CRML has been on our list as well. Criminal, as Peter likes to call it. Good daily so far over the last couple of days, but again, not an easy intraday trader, so it won't be on my list. And the rest, if I look at the rest of this list, it's all mining companies. Like it's all silver. I mean, you got all this stuff. AG, I think HL is one of them. This one SBSW. So we're back in there. They're all down slightly this morning. I think even Shell is a oil company. I think, if I'm not mistaken. But again, a bunch of stuff on here that normally these tickers don't trade well. So I never watch them. Again, they are in play given everything that's going on out there. But I'm not a fan, Peter. Is there anything you like on the gap down list? I don't like anything here this morning.
No, we've seen an interesting pop and drop here on the oil and gas companies. So if you remember the beginning of the week, they all jumped up on the expectation that they were going to get benefit out of the U.S.'s activity in Venezuela. That seems to have died off pretty quickly, hasn't it? At least from an enthusiasm for the stock price of these oil companies. And then in addition, Shell, for example, which is on the list. Shell trades under, they have a number of different stock offerings, so they trade under a couple of different tickers, so just be careful with them. But anyways, they did say that they have to take a big loss in their chemical division because of an accident that happened, and they're reducing their LNG, liquefied natural gas, guidance. So, like they're going to produce less volume than anticipated. So that's probably dragging some of these related stocks down as well. So but like you said, Carlos, all that being said, not good enough. I just don't think it's good enough to trade. It just doesn't give the type of trading activity that we typically like. And I have to go back to the old trusted standbys, right? They're not doing much in the pre-market, whether it's NVIDIA or Tesla, and they're not always good. Like Tesla yesterday, I didn't find it especially good. In fact never actually ended up trading it. But
Yep.
it was not easy yesterday.
Yes, it was ugly. It was just a lot of back and forth here. Never really got going one way or the other. So yeah, yesterday was tough on Tesla. People are saying Tesla to 420. It is having a tough time. I gotta tell you, it is having a really. This is very reminiscent of what it did last year, exactly around the same time. We're talking about how it hit the all-time highs exactly the same time last year. Well, and last year I'm talking about 2024, right? Because it's 2025 here. So 2024 did the exact same thing, and then it collapsed. It sold off pretty hard, and we're seeing that again this time around. So seeing a lot of weakness, down slightly. It's always great to watch Tesla, but man, it definitely was brutal yesterday. So we'll see where it goes. All right, friends, let's go to you guys. Let's see what you guys have this morning. I only have two tickers here, BE, MLTX. I'm sure as you guys are mentioning tickers, we'll start taking a look at what you guys have on deck. Let's start in our chat room here. I see PLTR being mentioned, so we'll take a look at that. Yeah, BE, is BE still going? Wow. BE, what is going on? This is just, look at the beautifulness on this thing pre-market. Can we save some action for the market open? You know, can we save some for the market open here? So just on fire. Last time we looked at it was a 121, going to 126. My, oh my. All right, so BE is on deck, obviously clearly in play this morning. All right, let's start here. I see Google being thrown out. I see PLTR. I see SanDisk. Let's take a look at all that. All right, let's start with Google this morning. You know, Google's been trading somewhat decent. It had a nice pop yesterday and into the later parts of the day. And I think it was the day before. Also had a beautiful short. If you guys were watching it the day before on the 6th, beautiful short here. So it did trade very well. It does take some time to get going. It's not a high flying as fun. It can move pretty well, but it's not, doesn't get excellent volume, right? This pre-market action does look great, though. We're up 2% with almost 900,000 shares traded. I gotta say, I never actually say this, but Google looks good today, pre-market. So we rarely say that. I mean, out of the Magnificent Seven, for me, day trading Google and Microsoft are the ones I find the most difficult. Swing trading, a whole different story, but those two are not ideal. But today, Google is proving us wrong, at least here. That's pre-market action is looking awesome. So we'll go on the list there. Thank you for bringing that one up. Another one I see here is Manfred, our good buddy Manfred there. PLTR. Is that Thailand Manfred, the one I met in Thailand with his wife? Really, really great guy. All right. PLTR here, up 2.4, 1.1 million shares traded. It has been a hit or miss on PLTR. I know yesterday they blew the doors off. I get it. But man, aside from yesterday, they had some really rough days where they did not trade well. It was very choppy. But I like PLTR. If it's going to trade well today, I'm all in for it. So like the action this morning so far. I don't have a lot on my list. I will put PLTR on deck here and see where this goes. So PLTR, we'll add it on here. Thank you for bringing that one up. And then ONDS. You know what? As I mentioned before, I think ONDS is in play. As far as intraday trades and the way I trade, I don't see it. I don't see it. So today could be a day where it actually breaks out. It does some stuff. I do like the daily as we continue to hit higher here, 1360. I think, as we mentioned earlier, Megan is looking for 18. Once she hits 18, she can get the yacht. So great for swing trading. Day trading, I am not sure. You know, I'll put it on a secondary list because we cannot deny that it's not moving. But as far as me watching it primary, it's probably not a good one. All right, let's see what else. SanDisk. You know what? SanDisk also great daily. We had a monster day here. This would have been Tuesday? What's today?
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday. So monstrous day. I don't know, man. But then yesterday, we go ahead and put a day like this, right? Like there's no way for me to trade this. So I know we're moving higher, but there's no way. There's no strategy here for me, right? And if you look at the price action, which I was looking here for the short, almost took a short on it. It is a tough price action, right? And your stop's got to be like $3. So you got to be very careful because this thing can move. So ideally, for the way I traded, this is not the stock that I will select over other ones. So, but it is in play. Continues to head higher here, hitting all-time highs, and I don't know, just keeps going. So. Good stuff. If you like it, definitely watch it. I'll skip it for now.
Yeah, we yesterday had Micron. Everybody was talking about some of the other semiconductors. I tried to trade short on Micron, and I got out of break even actually, and I was happy I did because it was nerve-wracking, man. This thing had a big spread. It was jumping up and down dollars at a time, and I just said, you know what, this is nuts. I can't handle this thing, so I got out of it. So. Yeah, Carlos, sometimes, you know, you try these other stocks just to see what they're like, and, you know, you don't have fun. You don't always have fun. At least I don't.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, what else, friends? Over on YouTube and X, we picked a few from you guys as well. BMNR. I saw that on the list. We didn't look at it, but let's take a look on what we have. BMNR. Yes, BMNR. I'm not sure. Sitting on the. Okay, we've seen this one before. sitting on the American Stock Exchange, I don't typically look at tickers there. So again, if you like it, definitely watch it. I don't like stocks that sit there for some reason. The price action is slightly different. Um, so I'm not inclined to have it on my list. I think we'll find something better to look at for the way I trade. But today down 2%, got some volume in it. I think it's reasonable to watch if you do like it. Uncle D Trades over on YouTube is giving us APLD, which Peter spoke about earlier. This Applied Digital, right? I think you mentioned this one. This is another one that's been on our list more often than not. I do like the daily. I'm not sure, man. It's usually what happens is we get great pre-market, and then we get this at the market open. Later in the day, it got better and did drop off. But the market open, which is this is where I live, I mean, it is just nothing here for me. And that tends to happen quite a bit. So if you guys see something on it, bring it back out to me. I'll pull it up as we're trading, but I won't put it on my list for now. But if you like something on it, definitely throw it back to us and we'll take a look at it. All right, we'll stop here, friends. My list, I could afford a few more, but I'm probably gonna wait a little bit and see what else the moderators are watching, what else we'll add here. If not, we could fill the rest with NVIDIA and Tesla, although those two have been a little tough, but we'll see how we go here.
I'm just watching the chatter in the chat room, and it looks like Jared, my God, singing music to my ears here as he's reversing. He's taking the reversal on Bloom Energy from 125, hoping to get it down back towards where the VWAP currently sits. So I love it. That's my type of trade. Yeah, hopefully it works for him. He looks like he's in it well now, but he's looking for a pretty aggressive move lower. So we'll see if it can actually go do that.
All right, here's our good buddy Thor. Just sent us a picture. He just landed in Newark, New Jersey here. I could tell Terminal C. Yeah, I could wave at him. Terminal C, not the new terminal. But you can see the New York skyline there. Very, very nice. And he's going to be here hanging out for a couple of days. So very nice, very nice. All right, friends. Peter, we'll stop here. I'll continue to look at what else I'm going to. Oh, MU. You guys mentioned MU. And yes, MU has been in play here on the daily. But again, just once in a while, you get these days where it's just tough. I mean, look at it yesterday, right? And Peter, I know you were watching this, so we're mentioning how tough this one was. Eventually, this settled down and sold off, but the morning open was a little bit rough. So, I got the space to watch it. I can put it on a secondary list at least, because I think it is one to keep an eye on as we continue just dabbling here around the all-time highs on MU. All right. I'm not sure. This list to me is like, it's not great, but I know we'll find something because we had so many lists like this where it looks like garbage and not like I'm not in love with it, Peter. But we end up finding something to trade that works out, so we're not concerned. We'll see what the market open gives us. We'll fill it up with usual suspects and we'll go from there. But right now, what we're going to go to is over to bearwithtrades.com. Click on webinars. Today is Thursday, so as Peter runs you through this, I'm gonna go ahead and take out the garbage, which I forgot to do. So Peter, I'll let you run through this through this Thursday stuff right now.
Got to run, take out the garbage. All right, sounds good, guys. It is Thursday, which is our mentorship day. That means we've got a couple of sessions for you, starting with Lenny at 11 with his trend trading session. That's in the webinar room. All of these are in the webinar room today for elite members only. So we got 3 opportunities for you again, starting with Lenny at 11. Then we got Jared, who talks options at noon. Thor takes over the webinar room tonight at 8 p.m. Now, we just saw a picture of him at the Newark airport, so I assume that he's still good for that. He rarely likes to miss that session, so I assume that he'll be getting himself coordinated. I wonder where he's staying. I assume he's not staying at Carlos's place because he didn't mention that, and I don't think he told Carlos he was in town. So you come into my town, you don't tell me. Carlos is going to have some words with him. Anyways. But whatever's happening, is the best of my knowledge, Thor will be trading. We'll be holding that mentorship session tonight at 8. So those are our 3 at 11, 12, and 8 p.m. Guys, if you want to become part of this community and be an elite member so you can join these sessions, you got to go to bearbulltraders.com, sign up for one of the elite membership options, and then you can be part of the fun all day, every day. In fact, you don't even have to be an elite member if you just want to join the chat room and see what it's like to be part of the community. It's hugely valuable, and trading is such an isolating activity, especially if you're doing it from home or alone. Anyways, it's good to have a community that surrounds you. And not only is it just good for support, but it's also good to get ideas and trading. See what other people are up to and active with. So join at bearbulltraders.com. You can use the intro offer, and that is a good way to just kick the tires. You get 1 week trial. It's well worth it. So whatever you choose to trade, I want you to trade smart, right? We're trying to start 2026 off with some maturity and not take any big risks. I have to say, it hasn't been so far a great year profit-wise for me, but it's still early. However, I've been working on my discipline, which is frankly more important in the long run. So so far, I think it's going well. You never know until you got to get like enough data to make it relevant, right? And again, it's still way too early to tell, but so far, so good. For everybody that's out there on YouTube, don't forget, we love it when you hit the thumbs up button. It helps the growth of the channel. And, with almost 700 of you watching right now, I appreciate it if you could hit that thumbs up. It would help. And, it helps get you into some of those draws the days that we do those. So thank you for that. I'm noticing that we got a lot of stuff that's in the red today. I know we had a question there. The T coder is like asking, will the market fall? I mean, I don't know. We're going to watch. I mean, right now the market is down only 0.1% though. It's not really down by much, but we'll see we'll see at later today what the market chooses to do, because every day we get moves in both directions. So it's best, if you're trying to day trade, not to try and predict the direction. It doesn't matter. What matters is, are you in sync? Are you reading the price action that's being presented to you in whatever stock that you're watching, such that you can take advantage of it? That's what matters. Carlos, I see that you're back. Your garbage must be close. It's a lot faster process for you than it would be for me, I gotta say.
Well, it was already, just got to tie the bag, ran outside, came right back,
okay.
And yeah, so pretty easy.
Okay.
All right, friends. Did you go through how they can join? How they can join BBT? All right. We're all set. All right. Perfect, friends. All right. So let's head over to making some levels. So we'll start over here. We'll look at our good buddy BE, which is in play today. So we're going to be taking a look at that. And again, normally I wouldn't have this on the list, but today I think it's worth taking a look at. So let's start over here with BE, high of the pre-market. We are setting it at 126. So we did hit 126. Jared took a beautiful short on here, so good for him. So 126 on there, and then towards the bottom, we do have plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last two trading days near the low of the pre-market. So I won't worry too much about the low of the pre-market, because I think you're set there. And then towards the top here, right here, 119.63. We got a couple of days using that as resistance. We'll mark that there. And then you got, look, some more support happening here, more resistance as well, so that's good. Towards the top, in case we do continue, we're hitting a wall right now at this 126. No surprise, because you can see here where you have a lot of resistance as support as well that can now become resistance, right? 130.96 is next, and then above that 137. I think that's good enough for now. If it continues, we can always ask for more levels towards the top there. But that is BE. Next is Google. I do have this one on deck this morning, breaking out here. Did we hit our time highs? High of the pre-market, 328.80. Wow, it looks like we did. Unless we have something higher here, if somebody could look up the all-time highs for Google, I think we did hit the all-time high here, like right on it, or maybe surpassed it by a couple of points here. I'm not sure, but looking good there. 328.80 is the high of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days are doing a great job. They're covering all the main levels you want on here, so it's looking pretty good. Friends, we're going to talk about levels. Mike sent me an email. We're going to do a nice trading terminal webinar next week talking about levels for beginners, so be on the lookout for that. So trading terminal, I'll be doing a webinar January 13, I think is today, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, so towards the bottom, highs and lows for the last two trading days looking pretty good. I will mark down this one on here. It's going to be 317.95. And once you do that, I think you're set on Google. Do not need to add anything else. My last one on this list is PLTR. PLTR high of the pre-market 186.89, so we'll put a level there, and then towards the bottom, the low is hanging out at 184.30. So 184.30 is the low of the pre-market there, and then towards the bottom again, highs and lows doing a great job. Previous day close, covering a lot of the major areas where you're seeing a lot of this. Like if you look at this previous day close, look how much resistance, how much support you're getting here. And if you look at the highs and lows, same thing. They're hitting right on these targets. These levels here are from just the last 2 trading days. These red lines you're seeing here are from the last 2 trading days, and they're covering a lot of the areas where we had some levels, some support or resistance in the past, right? So you're pretty much set there towards the bottom, doing a great job. Towards the top, in case we continue, next significant level is going to be 190. This area here, this entire resistance area, right, is covered right now by the high from yesterday and the pre-market high right now. So all that there, you can see how much struggles we have getting above that, and that is where we're rejecting right now in the pre-market. So above that 190.30, and then towards the top here, another area 193.44. All right, that is my list. Usual suspects. Yeah, I could. Oh yeah, MLTX came back up. Yeah, look at the nice move on MLTX. Definitely in play. I have it on my secondary list. I don't know how well it's going to trade, but we'll keep an eye on it. But I will look at I will probably look at NVIDIA and Tesla. We could do levels for this quickly because they're stuck between the highs and lows of the last 2 trading days anyway, so it'll be easy to get the levels in. For NVIDIA, for example, the high of the pre-market 190.28, and then we'll do 189.26 right now. Let's see if we can hold on to that as it's struggling here. And then if you look at the bigger picture, highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, pretty much got all this. Look at the daily on, by the way. It's just been stuck. Like it's just been on this back and forth here for NVIDIA. No breakout one way or the other. So let's see where it goes here. Towards the bottom below of the previous day close right here might be a good one, 188.09. So we'll mark that as well. And then Tesla, man, Tesla continues to sell off, guys. More sell off going for Tesla here. We're down almost 1%. 426.76 is the low. Highs and lows covering the last couple of levels here, so don't really need to add anything there. If we look towards the bottom, we're going to go to the left here, November time frame. Let's see where we at. Good level there, 423. And then 420. I'm going to mark down 420 because people think that Tesla's going to 420. So I am going to mark down 420. Yeah, I am going to actually go in here, configure, and we're going to write in 420 because I want it to be on the dot. There it is, 420. And let's see what Tesla does here. So I'll add NVIDIA and Tesla to the list, and let's see where it goes from there. All right, Peter, what is our team watching today? Maybe we can get some ideas from that as well.
Well, a lot of stuff we've already talked about cropping up in the list. Jared's going to be watching ONDS. He's going to be watching Tesla, AMD, and APLD. And of course, we know he's watching BE because he already took a short in it. Megan is watching AMD. Eamon is going to be watching Coin and Rivian for some potential longs. I've got my usual suspects. I also added Bloom Energy, BE, and MLTX. I don't normally put biotechs on my list, so it's a rare day, but we'll see what happens. I like the volume. I like the news. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'm keeping an open mind. Brian is going to be watching Tesla, NVIDIA, and BE. Andrew's got Google, BE. Everybody's got Bloom Energy today. PLTR, NVIDIA, and Tesla. Gary's watching APLD, NVIDIA, and Tesla. And Phil's in with his list watching Google, NVIDIA, Tesla, BE, and SanDisk. So, yeah, I think there's a couple of other ones on there, Carlos. APLD, maybe. I don't know. You just don't know what's going to move. Again, so far this year, we've seen some interesting new candidates, and I like it. I like I like having some new tickers to play with. So it's always good to have new toys. Let's see where things go.
All right, friends. With that, less than 6 minutes to the market open. We'll leave you guys in chat. Take care, trade safe, and we'll see you guys a little bit later.
Trade smart, everybody.
All right, friends, we're going to continue here on YouTube and X. YouTube and X. So just going to get set up here. Kumar says 420 is known as a famous prisoner in case in India. Gotta look that up.
What?
Gotta look that up. 420 prisoner. India.
Famous prisoner case in India? Huh. I think we know
Mm-mm.
it for its pot reference, not as a
Yeah.
prisoner case. But I guess, different parts of the world, things have different meanings. It's like when you name a product, you got to always be careful about product naming because sometimes the name sounds good in English, for example, but when it gets translated to other languages, it doesn't work out so well. Cars are famous for that, having some car names that when they get translated into certain languages
Mm.
or areas, it makes people laugh because the car means, it means something, one thing in North America, and another area it means like wimpy or, dysfunctional or broken or something like that. And you're like, who's going to buy
Mm.
a car that's his name means broken?
Yeah. I see here that it's a penal code actually. It's not. I don't see the prisoner case, but I see that it's a law. Section 420 of Indian Penal Code deals with the offense of cheating and dishonesty, endorsing
Mm,
delivery of property. Okay, I'm not
mm.
sure. But yeah, I'm sure there's probably a couple of cases of that. All right,
Yeah.
there it is.
Huh,
All
I
right,
didn't know
five more.
that. They say that 420
Yeah.
was the police code for marijuana in California. I didn't know that. I mean, that's where it all came from then, because I know that 420 became a thing both on the day and the time, right? At 4:20 p.m. on April the 20th is when traditionally people would
Mhm.
show some civil disobedience and publicly smoke a joint. I guess now that it's legal, that's not really public disobedience anymore, but
Mhm. Mhm.
so that's where it came from. Okay, there you go. I didn't really know that. I knew it was a thing. I didn't know why it was a thing. So, anyways, and then of course it became famous related to Tesla when Elon went on, was it the Howard Stern show? It was a radio show, anyways, and famously toked up.
I think it was
So,
Joe Rogan. I think. I think.
was it Rogan? It could
Yeah.
be. There it is. There he is. So, whatever it was, yeah, Joe Rogan. I guess that makes sense. So anyways, yeah, so that's how it became related to Tesla and then Tesla's stock price. Though right now it's looking pretty strong. Doesn't look like it wants to go down to 420.
Yep.
So, all right. Where's my clock? Why is my clock gone? Okay, 2 minutes. 2 minutes to the market open here. I noticed that BE is dropping again. It's really quite active today. It's I don't know. We'll still have to see where this is going. And MLTX is also, going back down. So it'll be interesting on both of these just to see where they go after the open. Are they going to get big, spikes in volume that's going to be sustained that we can trade or not? I just don't know. I mean, the other one that because other people put it on their list, I put APLD on another chart over here. I had some room. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to keep my eyes on Tesla and NVIDIA primarily, I think, the usual suspects. We'll see what they do and where they go.
Yep. Yep.
We've got, you know what? We've got these dueling bearable traders red signs now. Carlos, I'm feeling left out now that both
What's
Brian
going on
and
here?
Andrew have signs.
I, I
Yeah,
yeah.
I think,
I mean, it looks so official here, man. Look at this. Let me bring you
yeah,
guys in.
you able to
Show
put
you
that
guys
on the
what we're
screen
talking
with
about. Yeah.
both,
Oh
show
yeah.
both their cameras?
Look at the
Yeah,
officialness. Andrew looks
yeah,
very
I don't
sharp.
know. Look at
Andrew
that.
got an upgraded sign. He got an upgraded sign.
Yeah,
This looks very sharp here.
I
Um,
know. Yeah.
but yeah, yeah, no, this looks nice, man. I got nothing on my wall. I do got an old BBT sign. I'll bring it in later. That thing is made out of like, dude,
I've
it is awesome. It is so the
I've
construction of it.
I've got a flag, but
I got the flag back
it's
there
pretty
too.
wimpy.
Yeah, but I got like a
Yeah.
street sign. Like the guy that made this with me, one of my friends, he's like, "Yeah, this
Yeah.
thing is never gonna die on you." I'm like, what you
Oh
mean?
yeah.
It's made out of the
You
street sign metal that they use the street names. And I left it outside for a couple of months, rain, snow,
uh
everything. Picked it up, still perfect.
All right,
The
here's the
story,
opening bell,
yeah,
everybody.
the story behind that is interesting. We'll tell you a little bit later. Stick around for that. All right, let's go. BE here, friends. Let's take a look at what's happening. Google
Whoa.
going, PLTR.
I don't wow.
NVDA.
What are we doing here?
Let's see.
What?
Let's see what we got here. Boom, boom, boom.
Tesla. Oh, Tesla. Darn it. I was busy checking the Atlas and I lost sight of Tesla. I was thinking of a short on Tesla, but I missed it. I think I don't want to chase it here.
Yeah. Waiting to see what this morning looks like here, friends. So looking for that 1 minute ORB trade. Usually an engulfing trade. Not seeing anything I love right now. Friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help us out a ton as we get going here. We have a 1,068 people watching. That is high. That is up there as far as viewers over on YouTube and on X. So thank you guys so much for tuning in.
A bunch jumped in. It looks like getting ready for the open because we were only sitting at 700 when you went to take out the garbage. So maybe it's because you left for a few minutes that everybody decided to.
These are the traders that they don't prepare, man. They just come in and they just steal our good trades. Right. They're just stealing our good trades, man. You know what? You're welcome just as well. Only follow the green trades.
There's enough to go around.
It's enough to go around. We can all.
Carlos is joking, everybody.
We can all do well. All right, let's see here. All right.
I have no trades this open, so nothing for me.
Okay. Nothing here yet. Patience. I notice when I wait, usually it's a better trade. When I wait longer, it's usually a better trade. Not that that's the case, but all the time. Usually. All right, everything is just kind of like even Tesla and NVIDIA still that they're just hovering to see, okay, where are we going here? What's next? So let's see what the deal is. BE.
Wow.
Careful on the share size on BE, guys.
Yeah. That's why you don't chase Tesla, because you never know. It likes to pop up.
Yeah.
NVIDIA's coming back to, I was going to say coming back to yesterday's close, but it just popped above it.
What do we have here? 2 and 3. Yeah, careful on the BE. You can literally get $2-3 very easily. So your stop has to be very wide. Take less shares.
Wow, Tesla up. Look at Tesla.
Yeah, going the other way. It's a good VI breakout there.
And then NVIDIA. Wow, see, it's a little.
All right, friends, steady. Anybody in anything yet? Anybody doing something? Andrew is in anything? How's the Andrew indicator? Let's get the Andrew indicator. We got our market atlas, and the indicator is see, he's long BE. I like that trade. If it can stay above the VWAP here, I like that BE trade a lot actually. See if the volume just sucks though for a second here. And this is typical NYSE volume where you get, Peter's mentioned this before in the past, you get low volume, then you just get this explosiveness, and we're just seeing where it goes here. I like it long too, guys. I think I'm going to go long. 121, we got to type in our shares here because we got to be careful. 121.16 will be the stop. So let's see here. Okay, going long here, friends. All right. Oh, that's a bad fill, but I'll take it. But I careful on the share size, guys. So my stop is 121. 121 is my stop. Let's see if the volume can continue to get better here. Get to one. Oh my goodness. This thing is trading wild. You see how that moved?
Yeah,
This
it's
is,
a little
let's see,
crazy here.
126. Andrew's
I
getting
don't know.
filled. I'm taking apart. Just wow, the fills are pretty nasty. The fills are pretty nasty on this thing. What's the spread? It's like 20 cents now, so it's good. Um, but oh, come on, stay up, stay up. See if we can get 126 above that. Volume is coming in. No reason why we should not be able to break this. Here it is. Come on. I want to get above 126 on the bid. I'm looking at the bid because the way this thing is filling us is pretty bad. So there it
Wow.
is. Okay, there it is. That's a good part. So okay, nice friends, good stuff. Good
Wow,
stuff here.
Carlos, I can't believe you went for that.
I know this is
Yeah,
not
that's
typical.
a risky trade.
This is
It's
not a,
working out,
but
but
I did reduce my size. I did reduce my size. I had to stop at
okay.
121. You know, I did not take a regular size on this
All right.
because, you know, but still it is not my regular trade. All right, let's see
No.
here. Careful on the
Okay.
pullback here, friends.
Wow. Getting a drop here in NVDA. That one spike above, when it went green is really just threw everybody off, eh? And then they decided to drop the price.
Uh, all right, friends. Let's see. APLD was fun. What did APLD do? I had it on my secondary. I did end up adding up APLD on my secondary. I know it's not on the banner below, but Peter mentioned he was watching it, so I added it as well. I should put it on here. And let's see if BE is going to be nice to us here. So APLD, oh yeah. Yeah, APLD was good. 1 minute ORB was, you know what? I love this strat. I don't trade as much, but this 1 minute ORB breakout, this is Andrew's strategy. This is the way he trades the 1 minute ORB. If drops down, it comes back up, he goes long here. I got to start doing that more, even with like a small size, because that trades well all the time. If you can catch it, not all the time. Nothing is all the time, but you guys know what I mean. Like more often than not, you get a good breakout. You just got to be quick. See, you're quick, Peter. You're in and out quick. I'm not that quick. Like
Yeah,
you'll
I
take these
usually am.
trays and you're like boom boom. Like man, that's quick. Yeah, no, I've seen the way you trade,
Maybe a
man.
little
It's
too quick at times, but yes.
too quick sometimes, but yes, it's you're good at that. I'm not there yet. All right. Refresh my mic. I'm getting some static. Not sure if you guys hear that.
No, it sounds fine here. I
Oh,
don't hear
okay.
anything.
Okay. All right, 127. Oh, I don't like that rejection. I might take another partial. Let's see.
Wow, look at that. You're moving in like a dollar range here within seconds.
I know
That's
it's nice when it
that's
works.
yeah, but look
It
at the
is.
spread. The spread's like 60 cents on it right now.
Yeah. So what I'm looking
50.
at, Peter, when it's
Yeah.
like this, oh,
Oh
what
my God,
is
look at that
that?
candle. I'm
I'm out,
telling you,
man. I'm
Carlos,
out.
this
I don't know
yeah.
what that was. No, no,
That's
thank
enough
you.
to make you nervous, right?
I'm out, man. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Wow.
I'm
I
out.
saw that.
Listen.
The spread jumped the, s- the spread jumped up to a buck 50, Carlos, and then it made that move. I saw
What?
both the high and low price. I was just staring right at it when it happened. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Bro, that was
I
weird, man.
mean, this
My
thing could go up
P&L,
to 130,
yeah, my P&L
right
did not
now.
move
Like,
down though. Like my P&L did not go
no,
red when it went down to 123.
no,
But listen, man,
because it
we're up
wasn't fast.
$2.
It
I,
was too
I
fast.
I'm gonna take it and just be happy with what I got.
Yeah.
I don't like this the way it's trading here.
Wow. Wow.
It might go
That's
higher. Is Andrew still in it? Andrew got.
uh
Oh,
I think Andrew got out as well. No, he
that
still
is
has
in
a
it.
partial
Okay,
waiting at no, he's still in.
he's
He's
still
got a
in.
partial
He's
sitting
he's
at
gonna get the move.
127.50.
Mm.
No, he just took that off. So Yeah, I don't know. It's I'm happy to watch. It's very
Yeah,
entertaining for me to watch this, but if I was trading it, I mean, heck, I was having a heart attack on MU yesterday. So, yeah, this is not, exactly how I want to trade. I'm trading because I want to be like stress-free in my life. I don't need that. Ain't nobody got time for that. At
yeah,
least I
that
don't.
was a little bit
Uh,
stressful.
no,
I'm
no
not gonna lie,
kidding.
a little bit
Yeah.
stressful. Um,
Wow. That's crazy.
that was wild.
Fun.
That was
Fun to
wild. Yeah,
watch,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh
That
wow.
was wild. All right, that was our
Okay,
hard act
APLD.
trade. The first hard
Yeah.
attack trade of 2026 is out of the way. Let's go. Let's go to some actual trading. But we'll take it. We'll take it, man. Oh, look, it's gonna go higher. Yeah, Andrew's still in it. Yes, yes, yes. Good. You got Phil 127. Oh man, it's gonna go. That's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with my trade, but oh, this is nice. This is nice. All right, friends. Let's
Something
focus
that's
in on
made a
what else we can get.
surprisingly good move so far this morning. Rigetti, RGTI. We didn't talk about quantum at all today, pre-market, but yeah, Rigetti's made a
Mm.
good move here off the open. Wow, and look at Bloom Energy still going. It's let's see if we can get to 128.
My goodness, that is a heck of a trade, man.
That's
Why did you have
craziness.
to do this? Why did you have to do this? BS.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that one moment, eh, Carlos,
I'll
then
still be in here. Still be in
yeah.
here. Still be in here. You made 40 bucks on BE. Hey man, if you risked only 20, 10, it's a good return.
Yeah.
It's a great return.
Yeah. Exactly.
So um oh, that's a nice short on Google, guys. I missed it because I was playing around with BE, but this is a great short here, guys. Look at this. Good retest of the VWAP fails. 5-minute ORB right on here. That is just beautiful. So that's a good trade. KTOS. Shushu, what is that doing? Shushu, let's see. Yeah, it's moving higher. Again, I think this one is good. It's in play. I just don't see a strategy for me. So be careful on it. No. See, so good question. Why did I
Wow. Wow. NVIDIA.
NVIDIA?
Why did I not take NVIDIA? Whoa. Just oh,
Yeah,
Carlos.
I know. Give me 1 second here. We'll answer your question now. Give me
Yeah.
1 second. We got 8. We got. Okay.
Chris MC, I'm too yeah, the lethal weapon quote is a good one. I think of Liam Neeson in those situations where I always wish I had a particular set of skills that as effective as his. It's one of those, if you have, especially if you have daughters. I had daughters about that age when that movie came out, and it's one of those where, oh man, what a great like dad revenge movie. It's just like,
Yeah.
I'm getting my girl, and there is nobody who's going to stand in my way. I will take all of you out if you just try and prevent me. Anyways, and then of course he went on to make like 50 others that were like identical in plot. He just played different characters,
I know. He's just got
which
he
I
got
find
stuck.
hilarious.
He got stuck
Oh,
in
for
that
a
theme.
completely, I mean, he is one of the most unlikely action heroes, let's face it, right? And yet he went on to make all of these action movies, and it's clear he could barely move, and yet here he is. I think it's awesome. I just, you know you always anyways, it's hilariously ridiculous and totally awesome in my opinion.
All right. Let's see here. All right. So question.
Hey,
One of the questions we
yeah.
got in chat was, why did I get out of this trade, not just stick to my original stop? Well, my original stop now, right? My original stop was 121 here. But after take partials, I'm gonna move my stop up to break even. And the reason for getting out when you see something like this is that you don't know if this thing is gonna just slam back down and even slam lower and not give you a chance to even get out. Like you saw how
Yeah.
fast this happened.
Yeah.
This happened really fast. Like I can react
Yeah.
that quickly to it. So I got an opportunity to get out. When it went back up here, I got an opportunity to get out at a good spot, 125. I mean, this is $2 from my entry, guys.
Yeah.
Right? So you give me a chance to get out
And I
after you do something
support.
like that. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
You know?
Uh, and I support that decision from Carlos, guys. Remember, we talk repeatedly. It's all about risk management, right? And that one
Yeah.
candle, in my opinion, completely changed the risk profile of Bloom Energy, right? Because yes, you knew there was a 50-cent spread and it was moving aggressively, but when you have a sudden candle that's $4 wide, like that one is, the risk profile just changed, right? It just tripled the risk on it. And that means that it became sort of unacceptable. So I think Carlos is right to take it. I mean, you could argue, yeah, he could have held on and made more money, but it's all about managing that risk. Because imagine if it had just gone the other way, which it could just as easily suddenly have dropped down and been at 120. And then, we'd be saying, oh my God, Carlos, why'd you stay in it? Why didn't you get out? Well, it's easy in hindsight to question the decisions, but you just never know. And it's because you don't know in these situations that you've got to do, you got to manage to your risk. And so good job. I think Carlos
Yeah.
did a great
Yeah.
job,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
And by the way, you guys are making me think. We had this very interesting conversation yesterday in the chat room about we were talking about sort of risk management and what risk should look like for different traders. And I just wanted to sort of generally reiterate something that we talked about there because people are saying, hey, Andrew shows us these big P&Ls and trades the big size, which is awesome, and people love to see that, but it's not always relatable. I want to be clear. When Carlos and I trading, we are not trading that same type of size, right?
Right.
We are
Right.
mere mortals here trading with you, and the reality is, our size is much more moderate, and the risks that we're taking, it's not a 10,000. Well, maybe I can only speak for myself, but it's not a $10,000 risk per trade I'm taking. My risk, $200, right? That's what I'm taking. So when you hear me trade, and I'm worried about my risk reward. $200 is the maximum risk I will ever take. Period. Full stop. Because that's my trading risk size, and I never go past my original risk stop loss. And when I enter, every time you see me enter a trade, I actually select my stop first, and then I have a hotkey that I hit that basically dynamically calculates how many shares I can get with me stopping with that $200 risk at that point. And I'm out. Now, often you'll see me get out early, right? I stop at break even if I don't like what it's doing because I'm still trying to work out this open trading because I've been trading for years, but not the open. But I just wanted to give you that perspective because um, like sometimes you see and you might think we're all trading like Andrew. It's not the case. It's like watching, I say, like an Olympic athlete, right? You got to keep in mind he's the best of the best. He is truly an elite trader. The rest of us or most of us, I should say. But we got some big traders in the room. I've got to say, there's
Yeah.
there's other
Yeah.
people that are trading similar size, but not everybody. So I don't want you to feel alienated by that, right? It's more about the strategy, and because we were having this conversation, and Gary, who's actually a big dollar trader, was in the room, and he was talking about it's not about the money, right? The money doesn't matter, win or lose, and it's easy to say that. It's always like, well, it's easy to say money doesn't matter when you have money, right? Like it always, if you're struggling and you really need money from your trading activity, it sounds like that's not relatable to you. Of course, it's about the money. Why would we be here if it wasn't about the money? Yes, it is. But the way you get to the money is by focusing on the process. And that's really the point we're always trying to make. I don't care if you're trading $20 risk, 200 or $2,000 risk. It really doesn't matter. If you focus on the process, that's how you're going to get to the profitability. If you just stare at the P&L, it's less likely to come out the way you want it to. So, and again, my analogies that I love sports analogies, again, it's like an athlete, right? If you just focus on scoring goals, you're probably going to do the wrong thing you won't score as many goals as you possibly could because you might be more selfish with the ball, right? You'd be much better off. You'll put yourself in a better chance to score goals if you focus on the process, field positioning, playing as a teammate, making sure that you pass when the pass opportunity is there, right? Like there's all that other stuff that comes with playing a game that you need to pay attention to. That stuff's usually going to yield better scoring opportunities when they do present. It's the same thing in trading. Focus on your process, staring at the stocks, watching the price action, understanding where the market's going. And then when you get the opportunity, take advantage of it or stay out if it's not a good opportunity. All of that stuff will lead to better trading overall. But it's hard. It is really hard. So just want to share that with you guys, let you know, we understand what you're going through. We understand the challenges. Carlos and I, like, we're real traders here. We've been through it. The reason why we're here with you every morning, we want to be able to share our experiences and help you hopefully get through this process. Because it's not a short one, it's not an easy one, but it can be very rewarding. I mean, look how much fun Carlos and I have, right? That's a reward in of itself.
Oh
Of
yeah,
course, we're here to make
absolutely.
money as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we're also here to make money. Let's not be foolish about it. But
Let's not
you
kid
notice,
ourselves. Yeah.
yeah, but you notice we're not talking about the money all the time because we're really trying to focus on our process trades. So, and that's really what gives us, the advantage over time. Anyways, I'll get down off my soapbox, but I wanted to share that. Hopefully that helps you guys as we head into this glorious new year.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Wow. I'm some reason I'm getting so much static.
Really?
Yeah, but
I'm not
the stream, I checked YouTube. The stream sounds perfect, but I'm getting
okay.
just static when you talk, when I talk, and I can't figure out why
Really?
that's
It's
happening.
your it's
Yeah.
your headphones? Are they finally going kaput
I
on you?
don't, I don't know. I mean, there's two things. There's two things that are going in my office. The headphones actually, I replaced these things, so they're okay. But this, you could clearly tell. Okay, Carlos, it's time, right? But they work. So, but the one that's not working no more, and I gotta admit, I gotta change it. But it's just like it's been with me forever. It's this chair. This chair is
Hmm.
already, the red things are falling all over the place. They're coming off. I find these things on my clothes and everything. You just can't see it there. But it's definitely going. And if you see the way, I'll take a picture and send it later. It is just, I think I'm sitting on the metal. I don't think I'm even sitting on the cushions anymore. So I think it's time. But it's been with me since I started trading. So it's like, everything else has upgraded except this chair. If I change it and start losing, I'm going to be pissed. So I just gotta keep it. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Uh,
sometimes it's all about that. I've got a chair here that I love. I've got an Aeron chair which I stole from Nortel Networks. I didn't steal it. I mean, I walked right through security. They didn't care. People were taking all sorts of things. In fact, I reeled out a monitor. I think I've showed you guys. If you guys are new, I'm like an old Nortel Networks employee. So, and I love that's where I started trading actually when I worked for Nortel. So look at this. How about this for old school? See if I can get the camera on it. Get here. Let me close the blind so you guys can don't have the back. Now I got to turn the light on. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, hold on. You got to get the lighting right so you guys can see it. Look at this thing. Now there's an old school monitor, right? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Carlos. Here's an old school monitor. And look at that thing. Right on there, I can show you we have got a classic Nortel Networks asset tag. So if you want to see me, look at that. Right there. So if you want your asset back, you know where to find it. I'm not hiding it. I know they don't want it back. You know why? Because they're bankrupt. So the company doesn't really exist anymore.
I don't want it back. It'll cost them more to go try to retrieve that thing than.
Well, there was a point. Actually, it was Carlos. The re-inventorying of assets was costing them more than the asset worth. So that's why they were encouraging employees to take the assets.
Right.
Take your laptops, take your monitors. I got a laser printer at the time. I took and I wheeled it out on this chair. Literally, there's a laser printer, this monitor sitting on this Aeron chair as I wheeled it out the door. And security was just ushering everybody out the gates, right? Because they were like, Nortel was laying people off so fast that they didn't really want to re-inventory everything. They should just take it,
Mm,
right? It's sunk cost. We don't care. Anyways.
yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I like this. Aegis is saying in The Simpsons, God sits on an Aeron. Really? Well, anyways, I started standing actually because the Aeron chair, after years and years of good service, started to hurt my back and my leg. So I got up. Now I stand all day. But anyway, lots of fun.
Yeah.
Good old
Yeah.
fun.
I did not
All
forget your
right.
question here. There was a question in regards
Yep.
to whether I trade the SPY or the Qs with my strategies. No, typically, no. I'm sure you probably can. Let's see here. SPY. Let's say this VWAP breakout fails, so nothing to see there.
Yeah.
Let's see the Qs. I'm sure you probably can, but I'm not sure, right?
We
Um,
as it was pointed out to me yesterday, like my strategy would have worked great on the SPY. If you look at the SPY 1 minute chart or 2 minute, even there was a
mhm,
perfect like mountain pass trade setup
mm,
around noon on the
okay.
SPY. So yeah, our strategies can work. And I used to trade directly the SPY. I haven't in a while, and I'm not sure. I just sort of moved away from it. So, but yeah, you could. I mean, it's just an ETF, right? Like there's all sorts of
Yeah.
ETFs. So like the
Yeah.
silver and gold ones that we look at regularly, for example. You know, that's all it is. All right, Carlos. Look, you're probably pretty happy you got out of Bloom Energy now.
Yeah, yeah,
Look
of
at
course. I
that.
mean, we're definitely taking a partial here. I would think 127. That's what we're
Oh
looking
yeah,
for. But yeah, look at this thing. It's trading well today, man. Blue Mana. Even if you want to trade short, it's just the risk on it is tough. So you got to be very
yeah.
careful. Look at how beautiful that short is here. Um, Tesla, man, trading very nice view at break. I was looking for the pullback here. We never got it, so I was paying attention for that, but we just never got the pullback to take it long. Andrew took it long. Partial a couple of times up here already, so good. And Nvidia, 5 minute ORB short. Tests the VWAP. Look at this level we have here. Look at this 88, and we'll be talking
I
about this
know.
next
I
week.
know.
8809. Look at this level, right? So it comes, retests, comes back up and slams down. That's a beautiful 5 minute ORB off a level. When you can find it off a level, it makes it even that much sweeter. And we're down at 185. That is a beautiful drop on Nvidia right now. So, let's see what else. And PLTR also dropped as well to the previous day close. ET 3000 SG, our good buddy. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Good luck today on the giveaway. We're going to be giving away another funded account every day. Funded account. So far, we've given away 14 funded accounts.
Wow.
And it's been 14 funded accounts so far, and we're doing one every
Wow.
day until we run out of codes. So good luck.
That's a lot. That's a lot of giveaways. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So we're starting off the year with a bang here. So all right. EV 2026. Not yet. It's too early, man. Don't do that. Or woman. I don't know what you are, man
Yeah,
or
yeah,
woman.
yeah.
It's too
Not
early.
yet. Not yet.
Don't. I'm not even gonna say the word of what you type, because if I do, again, there'll be somebody running across the room. Did he say this? And it's just snowballs. It like
Yeah.
starts this thing. So a little bit later. But for sure happening today. And yeah, friends, 305 likes, which is awesome for right now. Not even 10 o'clock. Yeah, let's see if we could get to 400 before 10. Can we do that in a minute and a half? That's a lot to
That'd
ask
be
for, but
great.
why not?
Let's do it. Come on,
Let's
everybody.
do it. Let's
You
see.
got
We could
this.
do it. We could do it. Here it is.
Yeah.
307. Let's see if we can get there. We got a minute.
Hit the
We
thumbs
have
up.
we have 900 people watching. We should be able to do that very easily.
Yeah.
Gonna refresh and see 318. See where it goes as we look at Nvidia. Just
Carlos,
go
if you do
lower.
it, we've got 50 seconds left. If you do it, Carlos will sing.
I'm not gonna sing, but
What?
we'll do
What?
something.
I just promised.
We'll do something. You know what? How about we
I
do the?
thought I thought I'll commit Carlos to do something. I thought that would be.
That's great. We'll do something. No, not funded account yet,
Okay.
guys. Not yet. We'll do something. We'll have to figure out. Maybe we'll give away a funded account now. We'll give it now. We could do it early.
Oh,
We'll do it
yeah.
early.
All
Ah,
right.
NVIDIA.
All right. You got
There
15
it is. Let's
seconds. We're
see.
so
15 seconds
close.
to hit it.
We're so close.
We hit 400. We do funded
Oh,
account right
13.
now.
Come on. Yeah, don't
87.
type it in yet because it won't count. Carlos hasn't started the
Yeah,
tracker,
and
so don't.
started.
If you type the hashtag, it's not going to mean
Ah,
anything right now.
all
It
right.
turned 10 o'clock. Let's see.
Oh, we
Let me
missed it.
refresh. Let me refresh. Did we get there? Oh, 387. We're so close.
So close.
So
All right. We'll still
close.
do it later then. We'll still do it
Oh,
later.
we did it, Carlos. 403.
It's
It
12
just
seconds late.
updated. We're
Timing is
15
everything.
seconds late.
Timing is everything.
All right.
All right.
Carlos is sticking to the rules.
Sticking to the rules. I'm sorry.
All right.
Gotta
Well, we did say this year's all about discipline, so
all about
all
discipline.
right, we'll stick.
I mean,
we'll
if
stick to the
we break the rule, what kind of example are we setting? You know? That's okay. It's a couple. No, it's no 6th place trophies in here, guys. I'm sorry. You know, it's just can't do it.
Oh, no participation trophies
Oh,
here.
that
Okay.
BS. This is. Oh no, sorry. No, you lost. You lost. You know, do better next time. You know, that's it. Learn from it. Come back and be better. Everybody gets a trophy. Are you kidding me? I don't see how this is positive. I don't know who thought about this. You know what? It's probably some. You know, let me not go there.
Yeah, we
Let me
remember.
not go
Well,
there.
I guess it was my objective to avoid conflict, not necessarily yours, but help me
That's
out.
true. So in that case, it was some parent that their kids sucked at everything, and they say we should do this. No, we shouldn't do this. Your kid should not get anything. You got to get better. You know.
Carlos is just off, man. He's let him go.
I
Guys,
don't know.
don't put the hashtag now. I mean, it doesn't count. We're not running the counter yet, so you're not getting entered
It's
into
not.
anything.
It's not running yet. Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
it. We'll do it.
Just
Do it a
we'll
little
let
bit
you
later.
know. We'll let you know when it gets started. I mean, you can if you want, but it's not going to do anything. So I don't want you to be
Yeah.
upset. And you're like, why wasn't my name in the draw? Because you put the hashtag in too early.
Yeah.
It doesn't count for anything.
Bendiciones, Ismael Romano. Any news? Is anything happening? I feel like everything is just collapsing. Peter, what's our year's economic calendar got for us? I know we have tons of stuff today.
There
Anything
was.
now?
Oh yeah, I forgot to. With all this fun, I forgot to look. There is some economic data that came out at 10. Not major data, but at 10 we did it. The wholesale inventories came out right on target at a 0.2%. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. This afternoon we have the Atlanta Fed GDP now, and then consumer credit at 3. So be aware of those. But yeah. So nothing,
Okay.
no real data. The market seems to be largely moving sideways today. So not as exciting as it has been previous days. But oh my goodness, I'm still upset that I missed the NVIDIA short. I saw it right there, Carlos, and I have to admit,
It's a
I
big one.
chickened out. I should have taken it.
Wow.
Oh well.
184.
It's easy in
friends.
hindsight. It's so easy in hindsight.
Yep. 184. David Field 8813. Sounds like a great whiskey tag there. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. And we also have our good buddy here, Grant Beckham. So welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family. Good to have you guys. And good luck later for the funded account. So we'll be doing that a little bit later. Been shorting AMD. Semis are taking a bit of a dive here. NVIDIA leading the ways. AMD, man, we did not join this party, huh? I didn't find anything to trade here because I was messing around with BE. And this short started happening early. Like if you look at NVIDIA, 9:35, it was gone already. At least for my strategy. Beautiful 5-minute RB. AMD, same thing. How's MU doing? MU also dive in here. Everything feeling some pressure. PLTR. How about our usual suspects? I mean, our secondary list. Let's take a look. MU, MLTX. This thing was hot pre-market, and then it's just collapsed into the market open. So typically what happens with these tickets are high flying. This thing was up huge. Still up 32%. Again, it's just they don't trade well for the way I trade. ONDX. OND, making a new high, guys. Did anybody day trade this? Making a new high, 1507 for the last couple of days. I mean, it is just on fire, man. This thing. Obviously feeling the pressure right now, so selling down. But it's been wild. APLD, Andrew traded this long here. Took a couple of partials. I believe he's out now, but he also traded APLD. He traded NVIDIA. So a couple of really great trades for Andrew today, man. He's that's good. He deserves to kick this market around a little bit. Has not been treating him well, so he's doing his thing. And he took Tesla too. I think he still might be in. Took this Tesla breakout, so he is doing his thing here. So very good, very good. Let's see what else we got. Oh, it's, Danny, we appreciate it. We try to do a little mix, right, of trades and we gotta have fun. I feel like in life is so short, man. Everything you do, you gotta have fun. If it's not fun, I mean, sometimes you gotta do stuff that's not fun. It's just that's part of life too. You have to suck it up and just do it. But if you could find something where you could have a lot of enjoyment, with people and just also, make a living, that is like the ultimate, right, goal. So
that's the dream, isn't it?
if you can have that balance, that is awesome. And I had that in my 9 to 5. Like even if you have a 9 to 5, you could find that balance where you're enjoying yourself and loving what you do. Oh, it is so good if you're able to do that. So that's the one for my kids, man. If they could find something that they enjoy and love and just also make a living out of it, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
That's what they say, right? Do something you love. You don't work a day in your life.
That's it.
That's and it's true. I agree. I used to love my job when I was again working in corporate life.
Yeah.
I started loving it, and then the world changed, or at least my corporate life changed, and I didn't love it so much. So, and that's when suddenly it was work, and I'm like, that's not fun.
Yeah. ET 3000, yes, 100% agree with you. If trading alone is definitely boring. So it helps. Like this is me and Peter. Our benefit of being live here with you guys is that we're not bored. Like if I had to do this by myself without a community, it's boring. It's really, really boring because I do miss the interaction. Like if I don't miss my 9 to 5 now that I'm trading. But if I do miss something, it's the interaction with people. We need to have that. Human beings, we need to be around people and talk. It's just our nature. So having that here with trading with you guys and the community is fun. At least for me, it makes it fun. So,
well, yeah, most of us.
Yeah,
not
some people are grumpy and they. But even those grumpy people, they need people around to be grumpy too. Like. Can't be grumpy by yourself. That's no fun. You need people to be grumpy.
But they want a limited number of people. Again, I always go back to my wife when we had the pandemic and the shutdown, and my wife's like, so I'm not allowed to go outside. I can't go to work. I have to work from home, and I never see anybody. She's like, I am made for this. She was like all excited.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
And I was like, I needed human action. So thank God we had the chat room here, like, because we were active throughout the pandemic, right? And I had this type of interaction. We were talking with people all day. And so that filled my need. Whereas, usually we'd go out with friends and we go out and she like grudgingly, I'd drag her out like every week. And people are, hey, you want to go out and do things? And I'm always like, yeah. And she's like, do we have to? So... anyways,
I don't know, man. I think that's good for a while because I felt the same way too when I was working from home and whatever. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It felt good for a while, but then it got boring after a year. For me, it got boring. I was like, okay, this is not cool.
Yeah.
So, all right. Tesla guys back up. Did not expect that move. Look at the nice, beautiful breakout above the previous day close. I hope Andrew's still in this, man, or hopefully he's at it. That is a great move. I see Andrew looking at, Andrew's trading NVIDIA. NVIDIA, so he took a reverse on NVIDIA. And friends, if you want to see these two gentlemen here trade live, they're awesome traders. They're almost just as good as me and Peter. Just kidding. These guys are the bomb. Head over to betwithtraders.com. You can see Andrew and Brian trade live. I mean, it's just awesome. And not just them. We're on all day, right? We're on all day. with moderators John and Peter. You go back in there in the afternoon, so they're trading the entire day. Definitely take advantage. But look at this. Look at this Tesla go. Here's Andrew's trade, NVIDIA for the reversal. Has partialed here already, and Tesla is rocking, friends. So, wow, really nice. What did BE end up doing? BE just collapsed, so did nothing there. Just one trade for me, friends, which turned out really, really nice. But nothing else right now. The only other one I would have taken probably was Tesla, but I didn't see an actual play here. So, who's long Tesla? Oh man, GP Trader says if you were my coworker, I wouldn't never do any work. Yeah, that's probably true.
You think Carlos would be
Uh,
like a bad influence on you? He just wouldn't
oh,
get anything done.
it's probably true. We had so much fun at work. It was a blast. It was a blast.
All right, well.
Um,
So we get little bit of a bounce here on NVIDIA. I see AMD also bottomed. Interesting, they both bottomed with volume, so they definitely are getting that volume, sort of signal.
yeah. Wow, Tesla on the move.
You know
Um,
what also dropped today? SNDK. Looks like all of the semis are taking it on the chin here this morning.
Yeah, semis. Tesla's the only one that's actually trying to go the other way. Let's run through it. Nvidia's
Uh,
down, PLTR is down, Google. Oh, Google, what a reversal. What a reversal. I'm not a reversal trader, but man, look at this. Bam, boom. Like, oh, you know what? VWAP breakout on Google. Let's see. VWAP breakout on Google. Let's see if we can get something going here. Yes, Andrew did trade TSLL. Mentioned it here in chat.
I would just be careful.
So,
The market sort of went green and then back red again. And I'm
mm,
looking at other things, Carlos, at the VWAP, Microsoft
yeah.
and Apple. Just look at those charts. They both hit the VWAP and then are holding below it. So
Yeah, I'm
Google might
seeing that
work.
on the
I don't
chart
know.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Um,
just
I'm trying to pull Market Atlas here and see what
Google.
we
Yeah,
got
let's see
going on there
what does
because
it say on
the
Google.
entry the entry would be right now, but I don't know.
It's balanced. There's a few more orders to the top side up at 328 on Google, but yeah, otherwise it looks pretty balanced here. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Not definitive, unfortunately, on your Atlas data.
Yeah, it is tougher to take
There.
this trade when you have moved up so much. Like look at this move, right? And you're somewhat due for a pullback. Um, but let's see. We got the breakout. Here's the pullback. Here's the entry candle. What we're getting now. But other signals are not as strong. Like I'm looking at the market atlas right now. Like you said, it's very balanced out. Like it's slightly more bullish, but not by much. Not by much. So yeah, glad I did not take that trade. Because I'll be on the verge of
Hey,
getting stopped out here.
I didn't
Yeah.
show you this morning, Carlos. I was wearing another dad joke T-shirt.
Oh, you
You
didn't show
want
me.
to share? Yeah.
Take a look.
I got another one going. Here we go.
I keep my what is it? Keep or kill? I kill my dad jokes. And in my database. Oh, I keep. That's what it says.
I
I keep.
keep.
I
Yeah, I
can't.
keep all my dad jokes in a
Yeah.
database.
Nice. Nice.
So
Nice. Love it, man.
there you go. A member actually sent me this shirt.
Oh
They said
yeah, I
they saw
remember
it
you to say
somewhere
that.
and thought of
Yeah.
me and then sent it. I love it every once in a while. Someone says, I got to send you something. I found this thing. I have to send it to you. It's happened a few times. And you're like, should I give out my home address? You're never sure. But anyways, so far people are great. People are great.
That's
Anyway, so
awesome.
thank you. Thank you to the member who sent this to me. Great shirt. My daughter hates it, which makes me love it even more.
Oh yeah,
That's what a
more
dad.
reason to put it on every time
Yeah,
she
it's. I mean, it's
comes.
whole point of a dad joke. I'll wear my other one. The only other one that I have that actually has a dad joke on it is one of the friends of mine bought me in Vegas, which has the Ass family on it, and my daughter hates it. So
BBT shares the humanity VWAP Charles. That would be cool. Yeah, yeah, I think so. We got a few sayings that are epic for our
yeah,
community
the
here.
humanity. We need do need a shirt that says that.
Okay, so Google's back up above the VWAP. And the Atlas is still pretty. That's still pretty balanced out. There's not a whole lot, but I do like this area here. It's just I don't know. Don't know. If market Atlas changes and it becomes pretty bullish, then maybe I'll go long on it. But right now it's really balanced out here. Like there's no indication which way. Well, we say MNTS is a double bottom on the 5-minute chart. Let's take a look. We're getting close to reversals here. On the 5-minute, let's see. Uh, well, we'll need. I don't see another bottom here. I see one. I don't see another, like another significant double bottom. Like it would have been something here. I don't see that, and I wouldn't consider this like a double bottom right off the 5-minute. So I don't see a double bottom on it. More like a V reversal here, which are very difficult to trade. These things are not easy, but they give you the best. The ones that are the hardest give you the best risk to reward. Like your risk would have been here, a couple of cents, and then your reward is VWAP, and already you're halfway there. Like you're taking partials in this thing already if you took that V reversal. But I don't see a double bottom. Chris, that's good. NVDA will be interesting when it hits yesterday's low. Let's see. Let's see as things kind of. Oh, look at BE back at the VWAP. Has come down a little bit from all that crazy trading that I did earlier, so a little bit more calm. Let's go back to Google. I think I'm gonna go Google long, guys. Hold on a second. It's the balance is still the same. Like it hasn't changed, but yeah, it hasn't changed, man. I was expecting that by it pushing up here, more people will decide to quit on the downside, but they're still there. They're still there, so it's not looking bullish on a market atlas. I like the breakout. I like the when it tried to get up below the V up, it did and came back up, and now it's holding that. This is very similar to what we did on was it yesterday, Tesla? Let's take a look at our trades. We can go here. We got our open account, and we're gonna go. Was it this one? Let's open it here. Might look easier. Yeah, see, similar thing we did on yesterday. How do I get this? Here. Oh no, that's not it. How can I get? Oh, it doesn't show me the when I make it big like that. That's interesting. I gotta open file. Yeah, here we go. So here was yesterday's trade. Very similar, right? We had the consolidation and then the breakout. So very similar to that. So hopefully we can get that today. But for that one, Atlas looked great. Like Atlas was so in our favor for that trade. So I don't see that here. Oh, did I forget to take? Oh, I forgot to take a screenshot. Oh man, I was gonna show you, Peter. I actually took on NVIDIA yesterday. I added when we got that big drop after the news came out and it started putting back up. I actually added on that and it worked out pretty good. because we had a great entry, but I forgot to take a screenshot of it. The first 45 minutes is where I typically make 80% of my money. Anything else is gravy. Good. Find the place where you're good at, right? Stick to it. 100%. See, Google here continues to fail, so it's failing now here. So yeah, oh man. See, Market Atlas saved me because I was ready to take that trade. And Market Atlas is saying no, don't take that trade because we are not showing a preference to the top. So yeah, glad I didn't jump on that.
Saying, I already did.
Oh, already did what? What did you do?
I don't know.
Hopefully you didn't take Google. Long. NVIDIA coming down. Tesla. It looks like it's just BE for the win today. The most random ticker is the one I traded today. Wow. Google back up. Back up here. Oh no, Mojito is speaking to Chris. Okay, so he's answering Chris on something. All right, you're right. We were talking about not taking it long, and he's like, "I already did." I'm like, wait a minute, we're just saying how it's not a good long. All right, good. We don't want you stuck on a tray here. Excellent.
Yeah, we do. Oh man,
now.
I still regret the NVDA. Oh well.
Okay, let's see what Google does here. No, there's nothing to see here. I keep looking at it, but there's really nothing for us to act on right now. We're gonna just relax. Friends, quick reminder to hit the live button at the stream if you're on X, if you're on YouTube. Sometimes it gets delayed a little bit. You might not be up to the latest and greatest time. And I see that happening sometimes. Like after we're done with the giveaway, like 30 minutes later, some people are typing funded account. I'm like, this happened 30 minutes ago. Like, how are you still typing funded account? So I think some people just get stuck with the delay. So hopefully you're not doing that. Make sure you hit live at the bottom and you're staying up to speed.
Yeah, hit the
what's going on.
Live button.
Live button.
But we haven't done the giveaway yet.
I have not done the giveaway yet. We'll do it a little bit later, but I don't want you to miss it. I don't want you to be behind like a couple of seconds or minutes and then miss it, you know?
Yeah.
Long NVIDIA for a scalp, Chris. Man, you are risky. But hey, trade your plan. That's your plan. Trade your plan. That's all that matters because this can go long here. Tesla just hanging out above the previous day close. Yes, we could look at AMD. Absolutely. AMD, what do we have? Doing the same thing like Google is, just below the VWAP. And if I look at Market Atlas, brought to us by tradingterminal.com. Just gonna check on here.
AMD Rocket Lab is another one I see being mentioned out on X. What's happening with Rocket Lab?
Oh yeah, we'll look at that in a second here.
Went up, back down. Interesting.
There's nothing on AMD. I mean, if you look at there's an imbalance all the way at 205 down here. Heavy orders down there, but other than that, there's really
there's
really nothing happening.
Not a lot of orders, are there, Carlos?
No, it's not. So, hard to tell. Let's see, breaking through the VWAP here. Let's see if orders start coming in to the top side. Some demand, but it's pretty quiet as far as VWAP goes. I'm sorry, as far as Market Atlas goes.
All right, Tesla. Let's see what Tesla's going to do up here. I'd love to see a good solid move up for about 10-15 minutes with some volume, and then I could take a reversal on it, but I can't do much with it right here, not based on my strategies. So
Yeah. It is so warm outside today, friends. So enjoy the day. If you're in the Northeast, my area, looks like Thor brought some of the sunshine from the south. Store landed in Newark,
1 degree out
New
there.
Jersey, and it is 44, baby. It is and sunny. So it actually feels 44. So yeah, it's really nice. It's going up to 50 today. If you're in the Northeast, enjoy because we're getting rain this weekend. There you go. You got your weather report. I mean, what else can you get? Your weather report. You got your trading, your preparation, entertainment, and your Peter rants. I mean, guys, if that doesn't give us a like,
we got everything.
I don't know what else we could do.
Hey.
I mean, I could install a poll here from top to bottom, but I don't know if that's gonna help. But I just don't know what else to do.
Carlos, you've been adding your own rants to this, my friend. So I'm not alone anymore. You had one today.
I did.
Yeah. Ask Carlos how he feels about participation trophies.
Oh man. I tell you.
All right. Well, yeah. So quiet day for me. No trades so far. Unlike yesterday where I'd had like 4 trades by this time. I just didn't see the same setup. Now, NVIDIA, I said, had a potential setup. I do regret not taking it. Admittedly, it wasn't an A+ setup, just the way it manifested. Obviously, the result, sometimes you can't help it, right? You just look at the result and say, oh my God. If I'd just taken it, I could have got this with like a 30-cent risk would have been my risk on this thing. And I would have got a $4 move. Oh, that just pains me to say that. That's like an 8-to-1 return. Would have been great, but I'm not, I'm watching. So, hey, sometimes that's what it is. But at least I wasn't in Bloom Energy because if I did, I would have shaved, you might have made a couple of bucks, but is it worth the few years you would have shaved off your life from the anxiety?
Yeah, I probably grew an extra gray hair on the beard with that trade. 100%. 100%. I was
I don't.
Now I did manage my I did manage my risk.
No, you managed
properly.
You managed it great.
Still,
yep, absolutely.
When this thing dropped, you still jump. You still jump whoa, what was that about?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know we were watching it, Carlos. I mean, we were both like, "What the hell was that?"
Yeah. And once you get an opportunity to get out of something like that, like I did here, with a win, take it.
Yeah.
Walden, you're shorting BE and it's working. Good job, my friend. Yeah, it did a nice little rejection here of 128, and the volume did come down, so it did start trading a lot better than it was before. So that's good. Good to see that.
Look at Tesla is still testing the high here. What is and Andrew's talking about? He's talking about our age, Carlos. He says we.
Well, what about our age?
I don't know. I gotta say, he's.
Andrew's a kid. Andrew's young. You can't be talking about our age. He's a kid.
Well, he's talking about our age. He says.
I know, as I'm saying, he's young.
Look like we aged.
We're older.
Anyway.
We're older.
No, we are.
All right, here it is.
Love it.
Yeah, 10 years makes a difference, man. It really does. I go back and look at my pictures 10 years ago. I'm like, the hell? Looks so young. It's 10 years.
Isn't that always the way? Yeah.
Yeah. So I agree. Tell him it's trading. Trading has made us older. Learning to trade has made us older.
That's unfortunately the way life goes.
Um, I don't see anything I love, friends. Google did break higher, but again, it's still not showing me an edge. We don't have an edge to get into this trade, so at least I don't. Even if it decides to go higher, like it's not. There are no signals for me to get into this breakout. So, and now the risk reward is not, it's not in my favor
All
anymore.
right.
So
My
I'll leave it alone.
oh, yeah. My 10:30 alarm just went off, so we are at our 10:30 time. 1 hour. It's only been an hour. These days are
Ah,
taking a lot of energy, aren't they? Have you noticed that?
yeah, they have been. Let me refresh the chat in case the boys are coming in because it's not letting me
They're
log in.
coming.
All right, here we go.
Hmm.
Join the chat. Perfect. All right, now I got the volume going in our chat room.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir. How are
Hello.
you? I think you're having a better day today, hopefully.
I had an amazing day. I had an amazing day. Peter, I crossed the
Nice.
$10 million.
Oh, excellent. Well
Oh,
done.
beautiful. Congrats, man.
Very
Congrats.
exciting.
So nice. So drinks on me.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I had a
So
very,
go ahead,
very
Peter.
good.
Take a drink, Peter.
Take a drink for us.
I take a break. Why do I need to take a drink for you, man? I take a drink for me. That will age me if I start drinking for everybody
Yes.
else.
Exactly.
So it was a very aggressive day for me. Very seriously, we took a trade on BE. We started the trade with BE. So only 3,000 shares, 123. We sold at 128. So that turned out to be a very nice $7,000 trade here. And then we had a very serious trade on APLD, 920 trade. And TSLL and NVDA also. TSLL was also a very nice trade. I could make way more money on that. So it turned out to about $47,000 profit. And yeah, we're sticking on our bonds and stocks sitting here. So if you want to go quickly, so BE was a 1 minute opening range breakout. I kind of missed it because the volume came in the first minute. Usually, sometimes these stocks need the 1 minute for the imbalance to pass out, and the rips come in and go long, put a stop loss below the VWAP, went all the way up to 128. That was a great trade. APLD was a 920 trade, actually. So I missed the whole move. I think Nate in the chat room, he called it a really big, amazing opening range breakout. It was really amazing from 32 to 35, but I totally missed it. I just didn't have it in my watch list. And then we did a 920. This is a 20 moving average, and then there's 9 moving average here. So I kind of got in between. Brian is going to have a 920 strategy soon for trading terminal free for everybody. So if you want to see how you can actually trade that, then that was a really nice pop that we got on APLD. I love the APLD. Like volume is amazing on it. It was just great volatility, 3, 4, 5% move, really nice. NVDA sold off nicely, and then I cut this quick bounce on it. I got this bounce on it through NVDL. So I show it to you here. So again, NVIDIA is the leverage. So again, I got this bounce on it, and now it's bouncing back to the VWAP. Unfortunately, I'm not in there, but it was pretty nice. And TSLL was also really nice that I traded at the open. I got a stop down, went back in there heavy for the red to green, and we did money. But I got back, I got out last part here, even though I could get this really big move on it. But unfortunately, I just got out. And yeah, turned out to be a great trading day for me. Brian also had a really good trading day. I think he shorted NVIDIA at the open, yeah.
Yeah, I shorted in wait a sec. I think I shorted well, I'll have to look back here, but I did take a long on APLD at the open. Again, our power of the trading room. here, but we got a nice move up on APLD. Again, Nate called that out. One of our members in the trading room called that out early. It actually called it out in the pre-market. I looked at it, didn't really like it that much, but then he kept calling it out. So looked at it and then saw it, got long just around 33.50 and got out just when it hit 35. So yeah, I had a nice move there, and I traded I did another trade that I like to do. Qs were selling off, and finally we kind of started to bottom out. Came up to the 9 EMA on the 2-minute chart, and I always look for a rejection there. So I traded some puts right at around 620 on the Qs, and then got that pullback again. So a couple of nice trades there. Yeah, the open trade wasn't as good as some of the rest of those trades. But yeah, nice 920 trade on APLD as well.
Yeah, and
Sure.
guys, see here is the $10 million official. I should see it or not. We have to come closer. Come down. Yes. Yeah, it's hard to focus on. Yes.
Hey, there you go.
You can see it? Can you see it? Yeah.
Yeah, $10,083,305.65. There we go. We got the number.
Nice. All right, so that was it.
Yeah, and I wanted to give a shout out to my buddy Thor. He came on. I think he came on Monday. Just into YouTube here. He mentioned natural gas getting really sold off and looking at it for a reversal. And after I got off, I took a look at it, and I took a decent sized position on it. And because I really liked the setup that he was calling out, and got a nice pop on it yesterday on that gas. So yeah, pretty decent swing trade.
So I have a question for you
I think
guys.
Thor might be in New Jersey.
What is he doing in New Jersey? So,
I don't know.
Hmm.
Not sure.
He's been traveling a lot recently. I think after his divorce, probably he's just wants to travel a lot.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, by the way, Peter, I got an email from NASDAQ. So
Okay.
I got an email. I can show it to you. They asked for my
Are you a bad boy?
opinion. No, I mean,
Oh.
they asked for opinion for 24 hours trading. So it's
Oh, okay.
so they want the SIP. So you have to see it here. So the SIP operating committee submitted a plan amendment to SEC to extend SIP operating hours in support of overnight trading. The proposal would
Okay.
enable near 24 hours dissemination of U.S. equity market with 1 hour technical pause each trading day and targets December 2026 launch, pending SEC review.
Wow.
So what they want is they want the traders' feedback. So
Yeah.
they send it to
What's your
some traders to get the feedback. So
what's your feedback?
I mean, I'll probably submit questions about the volatility
Yeah.
and you know, the slippage. Like if you open it up after 4 p.m. and you know if you allow market orders and if there's not enough liquidity in the slippage for day traders, and spread would be really bad. So I would be doing that.
Mm. Yeah, that's a legitimate concern. I mean, I think our concern as traders is just that it would ruin that volatility that we see at the open, right? And that price action during the day. Now, we've seen so many changes in the markets over the years that everybody's predicted it's the death of the markets and it's going to ruin everything. And frankly, it never has. So I'm hoping that this wouldn't be much different. Andrew. But
Yeah.
yeah, there's always that fear, right? Because if it changes the way the open works, it's really up down to Wall Street. If Wall Street changes their behavior and it changes the way the open works, then like all the strategies that you just made the $10 million off of, you'd have to change them. You have to modify them. You'd have to adjust. So
Yeah, that would be interesting to see. But
Yeah,
I
but
guess
the
we have
Nasdaq,
another year.
I guess the Nasdaq should care about day traders because they do make up some of the
Agree.
volume that they see, and
hmm
that's revenue for them.
Yep. As much as they complained about, or certain people complained about GameStop, for example, when that whole thing happened, Wall Street was a net benefactor, right?
Yes,
Both during the process and in the end, because in the end, most of those people gave all that money back, and you know who they gave it back to?
that's right.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. I mean, look, if they want it to happen, it's going to happen one way or the other. And I think all we have to do is, be prepared to, adjust and adapt. That's the key thing about trading. You can't
That's
stay
right.
stagnant.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. So, guys, remember, guys, the funded account, guys, it's really good. Abil is making the payments today. So he just messaged me. So I asked him how much is it? He's how much pending payout is. He actually said about 20K. So we're gonna send 20K today on the payout. It's pretty good. Oh, actually, he's doing it right now. So uh, let's see who is getting paid today. It's pretty good. So we just paid the Rebecca. How much Rebecca made? 1,700. Congrats. Uh, that's
nice. Way to go.
Rebecca. How much? EHOP, $1,200. Congrats. Suhid, how much is your invoice?
Sweet.
$340. Not big. Timothy,
Diddly
323. Not
doodly.
big. And that's the Rebecca. Yeah. So there's some big payments going through this week. Congratulations, everybody. These
Well,
are the
pretty much
people
all.
who.
Yeah, they paid for their, they paid for the cost. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, these are actually
Good,
free. These
good
are
on
all
them.
the cohort who were doing it free.
Oh, okay. Well, even better.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Great, great return on your investment.
Indeed. Infinite return, I guess, if it's free.
Infinite, yeah. An infinite
infinite
return.
return. Yeah.
Zero investment.
I mean, they did time. I mean, I would say the time that they
Oh yeah,
spent
no, you
and
put in,
Of
energy.
course.
yeah, put in the time, did the crime, put in the time.
All right. Any question, guys? So the podcast with Raja. Yeah. So I want to start a podcast because I don't have anything else to do in life. I want to talk with not only traders, but maybe the theme of podcast would be peak performance, like how you can actually become better in every stage of life, personal, business, health, trading, anything. So tomorrow I'm going to actually record a podcast with one of the 3 times Canadian Olympic athletes. And she was, she's a friend of a friend. She lives in Vancouver. And then I recently saw her at a party and I was talking to her. And then she's now a coach because she's retired. She's pretty young, but she's retired from professional competition. And then she said one of the coaching that she does for athletes is that you have to gamify your activity. Like you have to assume that is not a high, impact competition in your mind, but you assume that you're playing a game. It's a game. You have to, you switch your mindset to game. And that really triggered with me because that's why I wanted to have a podcast with her. Because for me, day trading is also a video game. I'm playing a video game. I'm not, stressing over a very stressful, difficult mathematical technical analysis task. For me, it's a video game. I want to play, it's like a Call of Duty, like that's the thing. So the mindset is very important. How you put yourself in a mindset, from when you put a gaming mindset, from a stress becomes excitement or enjoyment. And I want to actually talk to her tomorrow. So we're going to publish the podcast probably next week. If you have any question from, for example, ask from a professional Olympic athletes, like the very high performing field, you have to work years, 4 years to just do 2 minutes of performance. So if you have any question, just so the name of the podcast would be Peak Performance. I think we already started a YouTube channel for it as well. So maybe we can share the link here. Let me share the link here. If I can find it myself. So if you subscribe on that, that would be really nice. This one. Anyways, this podcast. I can't find my own channel.
It's not good. Sean.
Oh yeah, okay, I found it. This is it.
Trader Gal, there's definitely this larger influence in these zero DT options affecting market moves for sure. There's no question. The volume on these things has really gone up. It sort of equates a little bit to gambling because these things can, they can, at one trade can make or break you for a day or even a month if you really get caught offside. I've done a few trades with SPX options this week. Last week, actually, it pulled me out of the red. But yeah, I think one of my trades went from like $9 to 13 in like a matter of minutes. But like I said, and I took that trade, that knife can cut both ways. So it can really, you can really blow up your account with these too. Nice. Yeah, they work really well. You just got to make sure you trade a setup that you're fairly comfortable in. Trade off levels or breakouts or breakdowns. Yeah, mentioning Google this morning, Google overtook Apple in terms of market cap. You remember in the 2025, everyone was talking about Apple getting to, was it 3 trillion or something like that? It's lost the crown. To
Brian,
Alphabet.
It's only a crown who has a prince of the realm, of course, because NVIDIA is still king.
Well, that's true too.
Still, being royalty is still, pays. It's still lucrative.
What's a 920 trade is it happens on a 2-minute chart. So it's when you get a stock that's trending one way or another, like you want to see a nice steady move up for the first 20 minutes, half hour, and then the 9 and the 20 either trend up or trend down, whichever direction the price is going. And eventually, the stock starts to run out of buyers. So what happens is the stock starts to pull back. It drops below the 9 EMA, and then you target the 20 EMA for a reversal. So you traded long off the 20 for a reversal back to the 9, then back to the high of day, and then maybe even higher. So it's just that initial big profit taking pullback after a nice run up or a nice sell off, whatever, whichever way you want to do it, because they work both ways.
And then as you see, you buy near the 20 moving average, as you see here, and put a stop loss below that would be a risk. And then if it goes up 9 moving average, and if you're really lucky, you get to the high of the day. But in this case, because the sell-off was too big, you didn't get to too high of the day, but you need to definitely partial at different Rs here. So he's going to have I think Brian is going to have a webinar toward the end of January about this free for everybody. And if you're a BBT member, so we have so many webinars on education, with a lot of examples in there. Paris did a really nice short on PLTR as well. So right at the open, Paris, the short's very nice. So here, it's really nice sell-off. Yeah, that was a great trading day. Peter, what did you trade? Or Carlos, what did you trade? I think Carlos traded the Tesla, huh?
Sorry,
No, I traded BE. I got in on BE just after you for the breakout. Then got out when he did that craziness handle. I jumped out. I'm like, it's wild.
And I haven't traded yet. I was watching NVIDIA and I missed the drop, but yeah, haven't seen any setups yet. Watching and waiting.
Yeah, there was some conversation in the chat room, Peter, that how come you are still young?
Because I live a no stress life. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. No, seriously, I've engineered my life so that I had all sorts of stress in corporate life, and I said I don't want that anymore. So it's
you don't miss the corporate life?
Certain aspects of it at times I do, but on the balance, no, because there was more downside than upside. I mean, I had a job for a long time that I really, really liked, but it takes you away from home, and it's exhausting and it's stressful, and there's all that stuff that comes with it. So, there's lots of things you can choose to do with life that when you have the financial wherewithal. So no.
I thought it was happy wife, happy life.
Well, there's that too, but that's almost like you got to keep her happy, or the happiness dissolves. So,
yeah, I guess. Any question, guys, about trading that we did, about life in general? I mean, market SanDisk is really doesn't look like someone asked about SanDisk SNDK for bottom. It doesn't seem that has found the bottom. This one is really going, yeah, still weak. So, I mean, if you go to the daily chart, it really looks like I mean, you already also know this is what we call no man's land. Like there is no level here. So I think the first main level that we can think of is probably this moving average, or maybe around 300 is a round number. But this one is definitely giving back all the hypes, buying that they had. So
yep.
doesn't show
And you
any
fly
sign.
high. You have farther to fall.
Exactly. Like reversion to the mean, they say, is as certain as gravity. Like, you got to go back down to the mean. And when we say mean in the stock market, it means that the moving averages. You really have to eventually come back near the moving averages. And moving averages are mean averages. So reversion to the mean. And by the way, guys, we have Trading Terminal as a bundle right now. I wanted to show it to you. I just post the link. Carlos, if you go full time. The both Amen's course and Paris course, plus a funded account. So the multiple time frame analysis that Damon does and reading the tape by Paris, and plus the mentorship that they're coming with a funded account and Trading Terminal is actually available. Instead of $4,000, you can get $2,000 and work with two amazing traders. So if anyone is interested, guys, this is a really good bundle, and I give one free funded account for free to you guys. You can work on that. So consider if you want to work, with these two guys, that is something that you can think of.
Sean, in the chat room, you're asking about Baba for a Mountain Pass. Notice how it's sort of, this is why we wait for the setup, right? See how it's sort of just slowly, that's going sideways now? To me, that broke the pattern. So it's not a good trade at this point.
How are you guys doing today?
Nathan,
Hey,
how are you doing?
Doing okay.
Happy New
Good.
Year.
Good. I've had a real good day, man. This year's been pretty good so far.
Nice. What did you trade? How did you trade?
NQ. Took
Oh,
a
nice.
trade yesterday evening on NQ. So
Nice. Nice. NQ. Hard. Did you make money on NQ? Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
beat. It's it.
yeah, I did
You
well.
shorted NQ at the open?
No, it was last night. It set up. It set off monthly R3 and just took a short trade and
I love it.
hit target and was okay with that.
Alrighty, so I think I'm
Nice.
gonna hand it over slowly to the folks. I want to see if anyone has any question.
You're asking about funded.
And
I'm interested in this podcast you've got too. We've been here on YouTube. We've been talking a lot about biohacking and just how to be a
yeah,
high performing trader.
I
So,
actually will have a conversation. We should have a conversation with you as well, because you are a pharmacist and you know a lot about biohacking. Maybe we can do actually one thing together. So I'm gonna hand it over to
that'd be great.
Carlos. He wants to do one free funded account, guys. So for the members of Lambo and Garbage Truck, one free funded account. Remember that you have to be a Trading Terminal member. And all the best, guys. Good luck, everybody.
Cheers.
All right, friends, for those asking, that's how you sign up. You head over to YouTube. You got to join the Lambos and Garbage Truck tier. And then from there, stick around the live stream. And then we'll do the funded account now. We'll give a free giveaway. Then you'll email me, carlos@babeltraders.com, and you'll get all hooked up with the funded account. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we got here.
make it happen.
Hashtag funded. Yes, we'll make it happen. 502
guys.
likes. Thank you so much.
You've
The
all
support, guys.
You've been waiting for this. You've been waiting. Now, there's your hashtag funded. Now's the time to put it.
Now's the time to do it. Yes. Oh, Ahmed Sharif, 5645. Welcome. We'll give you a few seconds to get that hashtag funded in there. Good luck to everybody, and we'll see who wins, guys. And we do it every day, right? So if you don't win today, good luck tomorrow, and good luck next week. And we do it every day until I run out of codes here that Andrew has graciously provided to all of us. So, all right, 3, 2, 1. The winner for today is, here it is, JC Trader 81. Congratulations, my friend. I see you very active in chat. So there it is. Congratulations to you, JC Trader. our winner for today. I know you've been trying to win this for a while, man. So congrats. All right, friends. We'll do it again tomorrow. We'll leave you with Nathan. Have an amazing trading day. And Nathan will take you from here.
Trade smart, everyone.
What's going
Hey,
on,
Nathan,
everybody?
how
How
are
are
you?
you doing? Good, man.
Hope
You
you're
got
doing
my
well.
screen? Is my screen up on your side?
Yeah, I'm going to switch you up now because I had Thor set
Oh.
up. So I will get you in
Okay.
here. Just give me 1 second. Don't do anything on your end. Yeah, I think it's all on my end. There you are. And then we'll get your screen here. Okay. All right. Refresh it now. It should be good to go.
That pops up for you.
Yep, I got it now, man. You're good to go.
Thanks. How is everybody today? So you guys wanna talk about some more biohacking? You wanna ask some more questions about some stuff? That seems to be a good topic. Hey Ian, how are you doing? Where do you access Thor's BS indicator since it's locked on TradingView? You can get it. You have to sign up for it. So you go to the webpage. Actually go to his Instagram. It's Thor Young BBT on Instagram, and you can go there. And then there's a link on his Instagram page to sign up for it. But other than that, you can really only get just the cams, not the play calls. Currently, you have to sign up for there's a light, and then there's a light that you could get the cams, and then I don't think it gives all the play calls. And then there's a premium that, of course, gives you the play calls and the alerts on them. But oh, nice, Chris. You're green today. Awesome. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? You want to talk peptides? Okay, we could talk peptides. I haven't looked up or really researched peptides in a while, but I'm more than happy to give you the information that I have. It's not a ton. Listen to some Gary Rex, it's some interesting stuff. Tried the hydrogen water for a while. I had heard about that hydrogen water. Is it more that it just buffers the water? Is that kind of what the hydrogen does? It's just more of like a buffer, like for the water, rather than like actually, really doing a whole lot for you. In Q trade, nothing really great about it. It was from where was it last study? Now I gotta look it up. We're on a 1 minute chart, so it's gonna take forever. But it was just this retest right here. So it was kind of late last night. It was just this retest right here, and then I got out, I think somewhere down here is where it ended up getting me out. But good trade, and it hit goal in all my accounts, so I was pretty stoked about it. Gains, brains, and capital gains. I like that. That's awesome. Read today on Tesla and Netflix. Yeah, Tesla's doing Tesla stuff again today, isn't it? Sold off hard yesterday, and then all of a sudden it's just jumping up today. I guess I saw that they did have some news, so let's see. Let's see. How do I find Market Atlas is bullish or bearish on a stock? So let's say we have NVIDIA here, and let's look at, for NVIDIA, I'd say like a level 10 and even a level 25 for looking at least looking at the ATR remaining for the stock that day. So whatever the ATR is today for NVIDIA, we've gone down quite a bit. So whatever that is, lower than, I should bring up NVIDIA. So let's see. Anybody know NVIDIA's ATR 189? So I bet it's bigger than $5. So we'll say I don't have it up anywhere for the ATR. Let's say it's probably good $7 or $8. So if I was looking at NVIDIA and I was looking to take a short anywhere in here, say we took this short off of S4, anything from the ATR from S4 to the top side, I would look at the book, and anything from the ATR from that short or the area you took your short with the remaining ATR to the downside is where I would look for the book, at least within that range. And then you're looking at the large orders that are on the book. So you can see here how we have this one set up. Our largest orders are red, are really sticking out to help bring out that color scale. And then you're wanting to see how that is layered and tiered to get to those large orders. And here our biggest orders, our largest orders are up here to the top side. I mean, we can definitely see we have a nice big order block, but we're also tiered very nicely to the downside. More so even closer to price action than we are through here. Although we do have some areas missing right here, some voids where some orders are missing. So the ladder to the top side does look a lot better. You know, I would read this as a bullish book, but we do have orders here that can get tested. And if this price drops down and starts testing these orders and we start filling these voids in from the top, then we could start to flip that book into looking like a lot more bearish book and pushing down to this one big large orders down here. And as you start to do that, as you start to push, and you start to break some of these levels down here and start stopping people out. So as you start breaking these lows and you start picking up volume, break that low, start picking up volume, and you're stopping out these longs, you should be watching the book and seeing if these orders are starting to come off. So if they're still staying there and they're not coming off the book, that could be a good indication that the buyer is still in. You still have a large buyer waiting, but you know, you'll be looking, you'll just be zooming in and out, looking, but you know, mostly you're looking at where are the largest orders, where's the most liquidity on the book. The most liquidity at the moment is here on the top side. Now we are losing even some of that bottom side through here, but these orders are a lot closer. And if we do drop into here and start filling these orders and these voids start filling in and these orders here start filling in, we could flip that book pretty quickly a bearish. So really right now, you would just be following the VPA. You know, who's in control? Really right now, it's just a kind of a back and forth between buyers and sellers just right through this area. It doesn't look like really anybody's taking control too much just yet. So we're just in a balanced price area right now, just chopping around. These are the areas right here that will destroy your account in trying to trade. But trying to get to the ranges could be a lot better, but we are respecting S4 there. That's middle monthly central pivot, but it does look like we want to come down and grab this liquidity up here. And as we start to push down to S6, if you're looking to take a long off of S6, you're going to want to make sure these orders stay on the top up here. We're going to be looking and making sure those orders stay on there. Let's see. Nathan, didn't you have an Atlas course? Where can we find it? If you go to tradingterminal.com, there's a section in there. Let me even see if I have it. If not, you can email me and I can get it. Because I keep losing the link. There's a couple links. There's a link I'm not supposed to give out, and then there is here. Carlos, do you know where that link is for the trading terminal, the Atlas education on
trading terminal?
That's what I'm trying to remember. I have a link for it, but I have one I'm not supposed to give out, and I can't remember which link.
Ooh, don't get in trouble, Nathan.
I know. I have gotten in trouble with it.
Don't do it. I'll put the link out here. It's when you go to tradingterminal.com,
the webinar page,
you go market Atlas. You just got to click on Atlas. It's going to be right on the side.
Oh, is it? I thought Atlas just brought up Atlas, and then it has the.
I just go to Market Atlas. I go to tradingterminal.com and then hit Atlas on the bottom left hand. You'll see it. I
Yeah,
can show you.
and that just brings up Atlas for me.
You're looking for this right here, Atlas.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, okay, I see. Up on
Yeah.
the top of the right Atlas, it says Terminal Academy Atlas Education with Lord.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
even
it.
see that.
Yep.
Dirt.
Yep, that's it. So that's the way to do it.
So you can go up there, and then I am recording an actual course right now. So those videos are going to be starting to come out soon with an introduction, and then coming out with everything else on there too, including reading order flow, which some of the videos, I already have some of those videos on the Atlas education area that are already on order flow and looking at, because when you're starting Atlas, this is where I tell everybody to start, is this white line here that goes through here to the right, paying attention first to everything to the right of this white line and learning how to read the book, learning how to read the order flow, learning why this is important, because this is where everything starts. We have two major participants in the market that you need to be aware of. We have our passive participants, which are the limit orders on this order book. And these nodes right here on the DOM, your level 2, your depth of market. And then we have our aggressive participants. These are the market orders that come in. These are the trades that you see on your chart or on your time and sales. And on the Atlas chart is these dots. I'm trying to scroll. These dots right here, these are your aggressive participants in the market. So you've got your passive participants and you've got your aggressive participants in the market. You need to start first with the passive participants. And then we're going to start getting into the aggressive participants. And then we're going to start learning how to read the spread, reading the price action right here, right where these two interact in this spread. You're going to start to learn to read that and building a foundation and putting all that together and understanding what you're seeing. So to me, Atlas it's your chart, like your candlestick chart. It's your level 2 and your time and sales all combined into one chart. So it makes it easy to read, easy to look at, and just gives you a huge edge in the market. So I'm finally going to get that course out there for you. Let's see. Fun human been crushed all week, every trade bad. Well, you need to fun humorous. Is that fun human USA? Sorry. Try to go to sim for a little bit. Get in sim and see how that works. Try to get your groove back, your mojo, and get back in there. But you're gonna have those days, even when you're doing this professionally. You're gonna have just bad days. Period. It just happens. You're gonna have a string of bad days. We all go through it. It's just kind of part of the game, and you just you take it, and you just keep trying to get better. You journal, you look over your trades, you talk to friends. Well, what do you see that's going on with my trading? Can you give me any insight? And put it out there and share it with people and just talk. But if don't let your emotions get you down, too much. And if you're starting to get down quite a bit, with money, just get there in sim and try to get your mojo back in sim. Let's see. Nathan, how do you find that market Atlas? Oh, I already read that. So let's see. ATR is an average. It can go beyond that, but it's just to set expectations for the plays. Yeah, so I mean, ATR, it can go under or over ATR. I'm just saying, when we're looking at the book, if you're wanting to know how far should you look and continue to look at the book for a stock, I just recommend looking at least the remaining average true range of that stock, like just at least that much. And yes, if you're seeing large orders that are beyond that, and of course, NVIDIA could go, $10, $12, that's not out of the question. But, if you're looking to take a trade, you're not wanting to start that trade into almost the max, ATR. you're wanting to get in there where you still have a little bit of ATR left. And so at least looking at the book that far and seeing what the book looks like. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Chris. Sometimes I think I just like mumble and don't get out what is in my head sometimes. Hydrogen water bottle, which use electrolytes to separate the hydrogen and oxygen so your body can absorb the hydrogen. It supposedly helps with inflammation, metabolic. Oh, okay. I'll have to look into that, Alex. Maybe I was thinking of buffered water. I think I was thinking of buffered water when you had mentioned the hydrogen water. I'd actually never heard. It's so interesting how things progress, especially with like foods. For me, when I first went dairy free and gluten free, there wasn't anything good to eat. There wasn't any good breads. There wasn't any really good cookies or anything. No good cheeses, especially at that time. And so it's technology and development of food, especially hypoallergenic food, has come a long, long way in the last 10 years or so. And it's just amazing kind of what they can do with things and that people are embracing it so that companies continue to put more of this stuff out there and help us. Let's see. You didn't notice any difference when I was running daily before I started 3 months ago. Let's see, Alex, you said, did not notice any difference. Oh, you didn't notice any difference from the water? Huh. I wonder if that would be something. I don't know how you would, other than like checking your hydration, maybe, and see if it's more bioavailable, that you would be absorbing more, and you're just noticing maybe you're drinking less water to but I think that would be something that would be hard to gauge. I would have to look it up and see, what are the benefits and what would you be looking for. But I would think just faster, better hydration. But water gets absorbed pretty well anyway. Let's see. Carlos, everybody loves the funded accounts. I love that they get excited about these. It's awesome. And I love, like, again, I think I've mentioned this before, that I love how you guys interact with each other. I see the same people in here all the time interacting, and then I see new people in here all the time, like interacting. You guys have got a fun bunch, and I love the way you treat each other and how you talk to each other. And then I really like how you interact with each other. You guys are great. You don't, and I think this is just something with Andrew and the BBT community, like all together. You don't really get a lot of with social media today and how people treat each other, just because you can basically do or say whatever you want when you're over the internet, and there's not really much anybody can say or do to you about it that's going to matter. And so people just say stuff. They like to troll and just be jerks just to be jerks. But you guys in here, you guys are always friendly and nice to each other. You always have great things to say. You're always supportive, and it's just, unfortunately, it just seems rare. But I love that we have it in here, because we also have it, behind the paywall in the BBT community. So you guys are awesome. Carlos, somebody wants to know if you went long on Google.
No, man, almost.
No.
I thought about it a couple of times for that breakout, but I just never got a good signal. I never got a really strong signals. I got great signals for it, but there was a few that were just like, be careful with it. So I had a good day already this morning on BE. I'm like, do I want to put on more risk? And I didn't, but hey, it turned out great, man. It broke out really nice towards 328. But again, we're sometimes not going to be in every trade, and it is what it is.
And I heard Brian said Google surpassed Apple in market value. Is that right?
Well, they're near their all-time highs here. So yeah, they're crushing, man. Actually, all-time high, all new all-time highs today in the intraday. So
That's a market. Yeah, I know the market. Did it tick into all-time high? I was done. Nope, it just missed it. It's always interesting when it gets right there that close. Most of the time it does at least tick into all-time high, but yesterday it faded off. Let's see. Catch up with the questions. Is that education open to all TT members? Yes, it is. Yeah, that education is open to all trading terminal members. I believe it's just free for everybody. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome, fun human. You seem like a fun human, so I don't want you to be stressed out and depressed or anything, but it happens. It even happens to all of us. We go through strings where it's just not working. It's like, okay, what happened? Is it the market? Is it something going on in my trading? And just, being objective as you can and evaluating exactly, what it is, and just trying to, and getting outside opinions on things, having, someone else hopefully that can maybe look at things a little bit different than you too. Let's see. What's the indicator you have creating those red horizontal lines? Oh, these right here. This one is the ICT Concepts by Lux Algo. So that's what's creating these order blocks. It just makes it easier for me to catch market structure shifts in order blocks. So I put that one on there. But there's actually a ton of options that you could throw in here. It's an ICT Concepts indicator. So, but I just usually keep it on just so I can track the order blocks because I use these for entries. Let's see. How do you read break even now? On 1 minute, is it reversing back up? Wegman, I don't know if you were talking to me, but what were you mentioning? I don't what were you mentioning on equity or something, or you may have been talking to somebody else? Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Learning, reading the chart by participating in chat with other people. Yeah, and there's a lot of knowledgeable people in here too. Yeah. Yeah, RLW, I agree. BBT is such a nice community. Hey, Vorbeck, how are you? Nathan, how are you? You mentioned you use a specific model to execute your entries. It's another ICT concept, actually. It's called a unicorn. And so I wait. This is actually kind of setting up as one. So I wait for the future, I guess. I was going to say equity, but I trade futures. I wait for the future to tick into the cam. So if you're trading a stock, you just wait for the stock to tick into the specific cam you're wanting to play. And this is actually pretty good. Yeah, it's a fairly decent example, but it's at least one. So once we tick into the cam, so let's say here's the cam and we tick in. I start following and I'm looking for a low. So if I'm going to go long, I'm looking for a low, a high, then I need a lower low, and then a higher high to displace this previous high. And then I want to retest back into that area to rebalance, and then that's my entry. So once we tick into a cam, I'm following low, high, low, high, low, high, lower low. And then my higher high. So let's see, low, high, lower low, higher high. And so once this is displaced, but this needs to be displaced quite a bit more than that. I mean, we really need something with force and volume to break that high, and then a weak retest back into that area will tag me in on my limit order. So that's what a unicorn is. And it's essentially these order blocks here off of these highs get displaced as we push through, and that creates what's called a breaker block. And when price comes back in to retest and rebalance that area, that's when I like to get in on the limit. But I need the volume. I need the volume to push up on that. And you can't just play these anywhere. You're going to see lows and highs all over your chart on every chart. You can't just take a unicorn trade anywhere. It has to be at specific areas. And for me, after back testing and trading this for a while now, they work great at cams. They're great entries at cams. And so that's where I use them. But you can't just take them just because they're on a chart somewhere. Like here, This is a pretty big one. So if we were going to go short, high, low, higher, high, displace low, but we never came back up and retested that area. And honestly, that's just way too big of a range. Actually, if this would have came back up and tested S4 with VWAP there, that would have been a really nice, opportunity. But that's what it's called. If you want to look it up, it's called the unicorn model. There's a bunch of great videos on YouTube and stuff about it, but it's just, it's basically just a test or a couple tests with displacement and then a retest. And so it's just confirmation. It's just a lot of confirmation, going into an area and being at a specific area, not just anywhere. It has to be at specific areas. Let's see. How do I see APLD? Is that a derivative of Apple? Is APLD a derivative of Apple regular? I can look at Apple on here. I don't think it'd be better to look at the book on Apple than it would be on APLD. But I'll look at it if that's what it is, if that's a derivative. Stuck in some Tesla TSL chop, gonna let it play out until it hits my stop. Yeah, just keep that stop there. Just make sure you keep that stop there. Gotta play on NVIDIA right now. Yeah, NVIDIA's not doing anything. It's just shopping around. It needs to get into S6 and test this liquidity down here and see what it wants to do, if it wants to continue to offer and sell. Or maybe we find this algorithm here and some buyers to push up off. But yeah, it's just chopping, and you can see how slow it's moving. I mean, it's just like a snail running across the chart. I mean, there's not really much of anything going on there. There's some nice absorption and a little bit of a pop, but just not much going on. It's not really holding 1 minute highs, and then it's not really respecting 1 minute lows and lower highs, lower lows. It looks like we're just trying to get down into this 184.36, maybe 184 area. See. Keep losing the questions. Every time I scroll, it goes all the way to the bottom. And then I got to go back up. Warbeck, thanks for explaining that. I was curious about it. Do you have any videos you could share on that concept? Send me an email, nathan@bearbulltraders.com. And I do have some videos on my YouTube saved list for trading. I got a trading playlist on there, and I can send those links to you. If you want to send me an email, I'll send those links over to you. But yeah, I do have a couple good ones that explain it really well. Since I'm on here now reading the questions, I can't access my my playlist at the moment. Let's see. MYM at R3 right now. Let's see. You keep forgetting you can't just type it in, you have to actually select the future. Do we not have YM on here? Okay. Well, we will look at it on here. It's not a call play, it's lower range wide. So it's interesting that play didn't actually call. Well, right now it's buying. So it's definitely not a short yet. I would have liked to have seen what happened on this low and this push down. But this looked like it could have possibly been a cam reaction, but it should have reacted again on this low. And this is why I want retests. I used to just take these as soon as this ticked into R3 and I saw some sort of force or displacement on a 1 minute low. I might have taken this trade there and gotten stopped out. And then maybe re-entered on this pivot candle, or if I saw this displacement down here. But now I want to retest and I want to see this happen again. And this not happening again, especially not picking up volume when it drops again, this would be a no for me. So that's why I like to go through that model now, where you get a test into R3, and then you get a low, and then you get a higher high there to retest that liquidity again. And that's where you want the displacement to displace that low and then to come back in and retest and rebalance that area. That's why I need more confirmation now. And I picked up this uniform model. So what I would be doing here is so for this one, I would need a high, low, higher high, and then a low to displace the previous low. And so I would be following this up. High, low, higher high, no lower low, high, low, higher high. Now, this is my low. So I need this to come down and displace this low here with volume and force, especially because of this volume coming in now. And I need it to displace it. Then I need it to come back and retest it. And I may want to see that displacement and that violent push down again, just because we are pushing through here and we are buying so much. And when we're starting to sell, we're making new 1 minute lows, we are not picking up any volume. Sellers are not taking over just yet. And our rolling by BS detector is, pretty high. We do not have really anyone or anybody trying to sell MYM at the moment. So I would be following it up. High, low, high, low, high, low until, see, now we got a new low. So if we get a high here, we could get a low, and then we're just going to follow that up. But now it's starting to get too far away. We might as well just wait for R4. This is just too much volume. There are no sellers in the trade right now. They've all been stopped out. If there were any sellers through here, they've all been stopped out. We could see that from the volume. So for this one, I'd probably just set that alert right there and wait for that to get up to R4. Let's see. Oh, the Lounge 8. Thanks. Awesome. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Trucks. I see you got a picture of Thor there on your for your face or for your YouTube image. That's awesome. He'll appreciate that. Not understanding why the cam levels are so important levels. To me, they seem a little arbitrary. So how we use the cams, and I guess the proper definition for how Thor and I trade is we're algorithmic traders. So these cams are marked here because we are looking for an aggressive selling algorithm to come in at R4. We were looking for it to come in at R3, and it doesn't look like it hit to me. It looked like it may have started here, but then once we broke over that area, we really didn't get any selling. So there are a lot of nuances in playing the cams and knowing what to look for. It takes a lot of experience, and it takes a lot of practice, but I'm looking for an algorithm to activate once we get into this R3 area. And if I don't see that displacement and force and that aggression coming in, I don't take the trade, because it's telling me that algorithm either isn't overtaking price action or isn't active. So there's that nuance. But when we're looking at cams, we're looking at these areas, the reason you need to pay attention to these is because there are aggressive algorithms in these areas. So if you're wanting to go long here into R4, it's highly likely that you're going to hit an aggressive selling algorithm somewhere in this area. And at least just knowing that where that area is can give you some sort of idea of how you need to look at your trade plan. If you're going to take this long here, you need to understand you're going to have to watch this area really closely. It's better to get over R4 and then come back and retest, because once you're on the other side of this algorithm and this level, it'll buy. So it'll come in aggressively and start to buy. But going long into it can be difficult. It could be really difficult to try to get that trade because you're going to hit a lot of selling. The possibility to hit a lot of selling and aggressive selling is very high. Let's see. Let me get something back up on Atlas. I had a full screen though. Let's see. Data center stock, AP. Why digital corporations? Oh, that's a yo-yo if I've ever seen one. this is something else that would probably frustrate everybody that's trying to trade it, I would imagine. Not a lot of liquidity on the book either. It's definitely, the book's definitely bullish, but we're fading away from it. This push, so we've got a seller right here, and we got a buyer right down here. And then we're stuck right there. We've also got VWAP and R6. This is just a bad area. This would just be very difficult to play. Unless you were reading this really well and catching, I mean, these look more like a cam algo right here coming in to displace price, but now it's starting to, it's got a bullish book, so going short kind of just be really playing that algorithm to push down, and it's also not even pushing down all the way to target. And now we're getting stuck over the top with a bullish book. It's just, this needs to break out with volume over here, so you stop out these shorts. So this needs to displace over here with volume, and it needs to come back and retest. So this ceiling right here needs to be reestablished as a floor. So breakout with volume test, come back, retest and rebalance that breakout on low volume and reestablish this ceiling as a floor, and then start to run higher. And that may be a setup, but you need to get out of one of these areas first. So this, and with volume, either area you start to break out needs to be with volume, because you need to stop the other side out, and then you need to reestablish. So this floor here would need to be reestablished as a ceiling to go short. But you know, right now it's just, it looks kind of messy and the volume's dipping off, and we're getting into lunch. So I would think that volatility is going to slow down quite a bit more. Let's see. AMD. Looks like it goes so far up. Let's go AMD. Why does it keep resetting that? Stop doing that. Turn this down a little bit. That's pretty good. So, ooh, pretty bearish book. Let's see what we're at like 10 levels. It's AMD. Ooh, AMD, yeah, ooh, that's ugly. Okay, so that's a pretty bearish book. We're definitely, I mean, you guys can see how bearish this is, right? Look at all of this liquidity here. So in terms of 211, that's a pretty big move. So have we haven't extinguished? Oh wow. I guess we still have a little bit left in the ATR, it looks like, for AMD, but like taking a short here to try to get to this liquidity, you're going to have to really expect it to extend well outside its ATR to get a good trade in RVR. Picking up off this area, this needs to fill in more up here. This needs to start looking, at least developing and looking more like this. More liquidity just got thrown on down here. I just saw that. So, I mean, there's a lot of profit targets. There's a lot of selling. I would find it hard to imagine that these sellers are going to give up now, being this close to their profit targets. So we would need a big buyer. So we're talking like this is pretty good, but it didn't happen again. So my concern would be this pop off the bottom. That's some good volume. But then when we retested into that area, why didn't we start to pop again when we started making new 1 minute highs? And so that would be my concern. This should have happened already again. It's had the opportunity, but now the volume died off of it. Here we got some absorption, but this should take off and push a lot more. Well, that's pretty good right there. But that volume isn't very good. And when it displaces here, it needs to really like push up and displace. Alex, what is your view on partials and when to exit a trade if the move starts moving against you? For example, I was in Netflix earlier for an S3, was aiming for R3, but couldn't hold central pivot. For partials, I love 15-minute swing highs and swing lows. Or even really, and if you can't, like if you're 15-minute swing high, swing low, well, I guess $3 isn't that bad. But if it's this far away, I would look at just highs and lows then on 15, or go to the 5 and see if there's one on the 5 that sticks out a little bit more. Nah, that's really not a good one. That wouldn't be, from here, but this might be a decent one. At least a 2R for that first partial. 2 to 3R is what I like to look for that first partial at least. And then looking at the 5 and 15-minute chart, trying to get to these swing areas on the 15. Like those are great areas that love to be rebalanced and tested back into. And this would be an area I would also kind of expect some selling to happen since we sold off so heavily from that area. And to cut a trade, it still would be looking, as a trade starts to develop, the trend starts to change, it goes with me. I'm looking kind of at those swing areas and then fair value gaps. So on this 15-minute chart, this long for AMD, we're going to have issues with VWAP, and we've got a nice big 15-minute fair value gap there. So this is going to be an area I'm going to expect some chop and some selling. So I'm going to watch closely. And if we don't start to break and get volume and hold through this area, start to hold over the top of, that's monthly S3. So if we can get over monthly S3 and we don't start to hold over the top of that, then I would be thinking, okay, I need to reevaluate this and set a stop in. And my stop would generally be somewhere around a nice 1 minute. I guess since we're not pushing up, it's not a great example. But it would be, around a big 1 minute swing low area that still gives it room to move if it needs to rebalance that area. But just looking, through those swing areas. But that's how I look at it. I at least want 2 to 3R for that first partial is what I'm looking for. We're getting these kind of mini pops on the market. I guess ES is now near S3 and just kind of popping around off of it, but it still looks like it's just chopping, I guess. Trying to hold. Let's see. You made a couple of Big Macs today, Chris. I like it. I used to love Big Macs. And Tim, I know I waiting for retests. That one took me a while to force myself to do. I just would get I'm reading it, I'm seeing it. I would have a lot of success of like ticking, right into the top of the day and right into the low of the day. And, it made the chart of my trade look beautiful. Like it was a great looking trade, but then things kind of shifted at the beginning of about March 2025 as the new regime came in, and it just stopped working for me. And so I had to reevaluate, and waiting for this retest really just got my trading back. And so now it's just something that I want. I want to see this happen, and I like those retests. I like the extra confirmation, and it forces me to be patient so I can watch price action to see if I'm actually continuing to get confirmation that I could get my trade and that I want to put the risk on. Let's see. Petter, and these algos you can never see in Market Atlas. You can see them by watching the spread and the displacement that you get when they start to hit. And it just takes some practice and some time. With the new course, I will have some videos in there of what it looks like when a cam hits. And I know there's been several times where Thor has been in here, I've been in here, or both of us, and we've actually seen, we've actually shown you what it looks like when a cam comes in. Once you start to see it and you've seen it a few times, you can't unsee it. It is very, very aggressive. It is price action like this. It'll just be choppy, or it'll be strong all the way down. And then all of a sudden the character just changed and the displacement happens to the top side. And then it just starts to buy and buy and buy and buy and just keeps pushing. It's that aggressive. Like you can't really unsee it once you've seen it. It's aggressive. Like you can't you can't mistake the algorithm, you know, after a while. After you get used to seeing it, this spread will just jump. Anytime that bid will try to drop, the ask immediately gets hit. So if you're looking at your time and sales, anytime there's a green print, that green print just comes in hard and fast. And then those red prints start to come in chopping, and then those green prints just hit hard and fast. And then the opposite to the downside. Those green trades are coming in slow, and those red trades are just dumping on the bid and just coming through quickly and aggressively. Let's see. Yeah, keeps messing with the positioning of all the questions. Sorry if I start missing them, let me know. Yeah, the trade without you. Yeah, that's awesome, Chris. You had a trade that went without you and didn't chase it. That's a nice skill to have. When I was trading ORBs and breakouts and momentum, I would chase them a lot, and it definitely started to kill me. Let's see. Punits. Yes, I do have the 5s hidden. I don't have the 5s on my chart. What is the setting in my fair value gap? Are you talking about on this Lux algo? I don't really have those on anymore just because I've gotten so used to seeing them. But it is, here's the fair value gap settings that I have. Usually I'll have this on at least like 5 if I have them on there. So I'll turn that on to at least 5. Let's see. Those mini pops are my playground. Nice. Beat the daily goal by about 25%. Oh, awesome, Boyd. Calling it a day. Yeah, call it a day and enjoy this. That's awesome, man. Good job. Let's see. We getting a pop right now? What's going on? We get any news or anything? It's interesting. This little pop off the bottom, but I guess that is S3 for ES, so see what's going on there. That VWAP right there at S4 for NQ, that's looking nice. If that wanted to set up there. Let's see. Well, also, what else do you guys want to talk about? We could do some biohacking stuff, but there's just not really much going on in the market. I don't see a trade that I have that I would be looking at to get set up. We could talk more about the book if you guys want. What are you guys up to this weekend? Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? I will be trying to go ski and mostly just working on the course this weekend, but we're going to try to get out and ski because it has finally been snowing in Colorado. Like, thank God. We were getting quite worried, but we're finally starting to get some storms and the weather's cold enough to get some moisture in that we can actually get out and ski. So talked about hydrogen water earlier. It hit me funny. Yeah, I think that was Alex that was talking about that, mentioning it. And I'll have to look that up and see kind of what that's all about. Let's see. Did I see MCL bounce off R4 in a counter trend breakout? It was perfect. Unfortunately, missed it. MCL. I haven't traded, really, all I trade is NQ, ES, YM, and RTY. I haven't gotten too much into. That's a nice bounce off of this R4. That's a really nice bounce right there. That's kind of what you would look for. It's just these candles like this. This is just algorithmic. This is just algorithms trading back and forth to each other. This sometimes like oil and gold and some of the metals respond really well to cams because it is just algorithms trading back and forth with each other. So those algorithms start to take over and they really don't have like a lot of retail traffic to hold them back. So that looks like that was a nice little R4 bounce from that algorithm. Let's see. Nathan, do you limit yourself on how many trades you take per day? I guess I wouldn't say it's a specific limit, but it just, after being comfortable only taking like 2 or 3 trades a day, it just works out that I only take 2 or 3 trades a day. And that's just kind of what I'm comfortable with. I've gotten to the point where it doesn't feel right to continue to start to trade, after, 2 or 3 didn't hit. So I kind of just stop it there. That's just kind of what feels right. So that's just kind of how it ends up. But I used to take, I mean, when I was trading momentum ORBs, 10, 12 or more, it was just too much, and then you start logging those trades. You're like, holy cow, this is a lot of trades to journal and log. And so I try to just be one and done. Like if I can just get one trade and, maybe take a couple shots on it and just get that one trade and let it go for me, I'm pretty happy just to be done for the day. But it just generally works out, 2 or 3, but usually just one, maybe a couple tries on that one trade, and then I finally get it. If not, then just call it a day and start working on other things. Let's see. Oh, you laughed slightly. Where am I skiing? You live in Steamboat? Oh, you just got dude, you guys just got almost a foot, 10 inches, didn't you? I saw that this morning. I live over in Granby, so I go to Winter Park, but I actually drive over to Steamboat quite a bit and go ski over there. I love Steamboat. Winter Park's my favorite, and then second would be Steamboat and Snowmass, tied for second. Those would be my 2 favorites. Oh, skiing in Montana. You guys got a powder day in Montana? Yeah, we went to Big Sky a few years ago, and it was awesome. We didn't get any powder, but the mountain was a lot of fun. I have a buddy who grew up there and lives there, and he took us around the mountain. It was awesome. I want to go back. I want to go back to Big Sky for a powder day. Lived in Boulder for a few Winter Park, Aspen. Yeah, Aspen is it's fun. Snowmass is my favorite. The Highlands too. I love the Highlands, but when we go over there, we usually have to go to a Snowmass because my fiance doesn't like steep and deep as much as I do, so she's not a huge fan of the Highlands like I am. But Snowmass, man, Snowmass has the best blue flow runs. They just, especially when there's powder on there, they're huge. I mean, there's just these huge wide runs, and they hold powder really well, and they're just a ton of fun. Let's see, 2 to 3 times a day, rookie numbers. Yeah, we do have, Chris, we have different ways to play the market. I like to just take a one big swing, doubles and triples, sometimes catching, a home run or two. Did I have any success in momentum trading? No, I didn't. I tried. I mean, I really gave it everything I could. And, it's like you guys were talking about, I do see a lot of people in here, and you were talking about today about, looking at the cams and reading the cams, and that can get kind of fusing or arbitrary. And it was for me too. I kept going over, to looking at the cams and practicing playing the cams and working with those. But, I was also still trying to momentum trade. I just didn't know all the nuances in Thor's system and how he read things and how he looked at things. So it took me a while, and it took honestly till I started his mentorship before things started to click for me with his system. And so switching back and forth, wasn't good, but I couldn't pick up his system either. And I was like, man, but I just not doing that great, with momentum. I just don't think this is my thing. What is my thing? What is my trading style? But then once, getting with Thor and learning the cams, learning his nuances, that's when things started to click for me. And that's when I started to take off. And that's why I like to mention that talk to people in here. Like don't have in your mind that I am going to be X trader, that you are going to be a momentum trader. You are going to be a breakout trader. Andrew he's like Liam Neeson in Taken. He has a set of particular skills that allow him to be one of the best at trading momentum and breakouts. There's just things he inherently sees, that he has instincts and that his subconscious picks up, that you may never develop. I was never able to develop, even after spending time with him and talking to him about his trading and how he looks at things and how he sees things. I still wasn't able, to pick it up. And, and he would talk to me this, and that's what you need to look at. I'm going to test VWAP. This is what you're looking for. And it just didn't click for me. But cams and being more patient and just waiting for an area, just set that alert. I just wait for that area. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to think a whole lot. There's not much going on until we get into that area. When that alert goes off, it's just so much better for me. And taking less trades is a lot less stressful. I can control my emotions a lot more. So it's just a better way overall for me to trade. And you'll find that if you keep sticking with this and have an open mind and be objective, you'll find your path. Like, you'll find your way and you'll find your trading style and what starts to click for you. But just, first start what interests you. Momentum trading and breakout trading, like, it's sexy. Like, that's the sexy way to trade. That's why Carlos is so sexy, is because he trades breakouts. And, trading ranges and being patient and waiting for cams to get ticked into and playing those, it's not that sexy. It's just boring. It's not a lot of fun. It's not a lot of momentum, doesn't get the adrenaline going, but it's a lot easier and it's a lot less stressful way to trade. And the moves you can get off of these cams is pretty incredible. I had what was it? The biggest trade I've ever had on ES was 98 points. And yes, it did hit 100, and I didn't realize how close it was before I cut it. It had actually hit over 100 and then pulled back, and I didn't like how it looked, so I just cut it. And then I looked at it and it was 98 points. I'm like, oh, I couldn't have waited 2 points. I didn't notice. I just didn't see it. And I was like, oh gosh. So that's like the biggest, that was off of playing a cam. I got a 98 point move on ES. ES does not move 100 plus points very often. And so that's the kind of trade you can get off cams. I mean, that made my 2 months. It was a 2 month worth trade instead of just even a one. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, that's right. That, Chris, Thor, and Andrew both make money going different ways. And that's kind of what's great about trading. If you're a range trader, you can allow that trade to go against you for a little bit. Somebody can take it long or short where you're trying to play the other side. And yeah, you can both make money. It's what's also interesting about trading and styles and different strategies too. Oh, Steve, you live in Steamboat? Awesome, man. Well, I hope you get on the mountain today, because I'm jealous. You guys got the snow over there. Let's see. Let's see. I will, at DT, I will put my YouTube channel in here. That's my DT. That's my YouTube channel. And I do have some videos on there, cam reactions too. I got some videos of some trades, and there's some videos of some cam reactions on there too. I think I have those labeled. I want to say that if you go in there and see what's labeled as, an R3, S3, R4, whatever trade, that you could see some cam reactions in there. Let's see, 3 more minutes. So let's see if I can get to some okay, nap time before the full-time job. Boy, that sounds great. I think I would like to go take a nap too. In our house, we don't have kids, my fiance and I. We just have fur babies, really snuggly ones too. Our little babies are really snuggly, and they love laying down for naps also. And so it's very tempting all the time. We love to take naps and sleep in this house. That's easy to do because you don't have kids. We like that. And then my little kitty girl Sugar, she'll just come snuggle up next to me and take a nap with me and get a nice little extra sleep in there. So that's actually something I might be thinking about here in a moment. How about you, Carlos? You ready to take a nap?
I've been up pretty early. I've been up since like 4:45 today. So usually the time I wake
you
up.
got kids, so
Yeah.
so that's what happens
They
when
don't
you
wake
have
up that
kids.
early, but I love waking up before they do. Just get ahead of the day and just get some me time. Do my meditation, devotional, all that good stuff. So I do that, and yeah, not ready for a nap. Though. I'm not tired. I want to start Going to the gym, man. I gotta start getting to the gym, so I might do that next. We'll see.
I know I keep trying to wait to wake out or wait to work out later in the day. And I wish I was a morning person because I'd love to get up early and just start working out. But I'd also like to start just making time to get my workouts in earlier in the day. Then I'm too tired from working out. Oh my God. I'm too tired to do this.
Yeah, for me, the workout has to be early, man. Once it hits after 3, that's it. It's downhill, man. I just got enough energy to get the kids into their evening routine, pick them up from school, and just get them ready for the evening dinner and all that good stuff. So, maybe I'll go today. Maybe I'll go today in a few minutes. Let's see.
Well, sweet guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for being here and joining us. And Thor will be back tomorrow. I should be on here to join him. I don't think I have anything going on tomorrow. So have a good one. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Take care, guys.